trying to think of like a local tape provider. Gotta
Is that
shop
a
local, man.
thing?
Scotch.
Well, just like how in The Office, Scranton was like a local paper provider, and then there was Staples.
Yeah, you had the bigwigs trying to take the little guys down.
Is Scotch a brand, right? Scotch tape?
Yeah,
That
that's
is
the
correct.
like Walmart of tape. It's everywhere. It's like what it's used for everything.
Yeah.
I would call it more so the Kleenex of tape over Walmart. What does Walmart have to do with anything?
It's like general stores, but Walmart. Like it's.
I remembered something that we did not write note or that I did not write notes about. We split up to check out the city. I remember Abe and Grobthar went off and did their own thing. Who knows what's happening over there? And me, Dane, Gordon, and Shen are in the shopping district area. I remember being like, let's get to a tall point. I want to see the defenses. And just want to see the tall point. Pretty crazy big city here. And I was gonna look for leads to see if we could ask around just so we could, well, we're here, when in Rome, do some detective work.
Mm-hmm.
That's about all I remember.
All right. So, the beginning of last time, you guys were heading back for the mines, where you found that there was kind of a coordinated getting around the person you were looking after being found in the mines. Then, after you arrived, you were rushed over to a crime scene where you found Dane's body missing and a dead body from Commerth, like he said. There on the floor, rotting away very rapidly, some sort of necrotic damage seemed to be the outcome of it. D4 and 3 was given the clothes to inspect, and he found some things out about that. You guys also managed to bargain your items back,
Whoop, whoop.
and
Master negotiators.
talk to. You guys did not end up talking to Revert yet.
Spoilers.
Yeah, that's for today. No, you guys ended up talking to Nostro about what was going on and decided to hit up the town for more leads. Everyone else went downtown for shopping except for Grobthar and Abe, where they had a very interesting session. Hiding bacon and books and shoving crystals in arms under the table, hid behind closed doors. So there is quite a bit going on with that. And there seems to be a lot of different connections going down. Oh, also, you've just found out that Estonia is trading with Tarragon at the moment, openly. Knowing that the king of Tarragon is dead, this might cause, or at last you saw was dead, but in Bulani was told still lives. This might be slightly concerning. So, any conversations you guys want to have, questions or refreshers you want to have before we start up today?
Yes, Mr. DM God. What is the meaning of life?
There's only one right answer.
Where is my father? Can you bring my
We're level
daddy
7
back?
now, right?
42, somewhere around there?
Level 42? Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, level 42, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm already partially the way there. Level 5. I'm getting
Level
there.
5, getting there.
Ben, you want to just like level us up couple,
A couple? Yeah, yeah. Just
Yeah.
just throw it in. Just
Couple
just
or a
throw it
few.
in.
I mean, you not gonna lie, you've been fucking us a little bit. Just kidding.
I mean,
I
Grobthar went to
have been.
confession. He should probably get like a level in like paladin or something, cleric maybe even.
Man, if only he did literally anything religious inside of that church. Literally anything. Not even reading scripture.
Hey,
just
just
holding it
being
out at arm's
inside the
length
church is
and
religious
looking
enough.
for bacon in the pages, individually, mind you.
Hey, you gotta get that bacon.
Yeah, something like that. So, we left off, Grobthar was exhausted and really wants to sleep somewhere, and Abe's trying his best to drag him along. Somewhere? I didn't remember where you guys were headed off to.
Yeah, so we were at the temple and he did the thing, and I told Grabthar, hey, I'm sorry, there's no bacon in there, and I take my Bible back, and yeah, then I put his arm over my, shoulders and then help
Boobs.
him. What?
No.
And then help him walk back to the castle to sleep.
He is struggling, to say the least. Your movement's your movement's impaired, right, Walter? Grobthar?
I
No.
am.
Not at
I'm
third level?
exhausted.
You have 3 levels of exhaustion?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's 3
yeah.
levels.
Only halfway to death.
He's only,
Oh, he
he's
is
only halfway to death.
toast.
A normal day for Grobthar.
But I know you have disadvantage on skill checks and ability
Really?
checks. And
Speed is
then,
halved and disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
yep.
Grobthar is inflicted with disability.
So you are trying your
Roll your
best
disability
to
check.
kind of push him down the road or drag him down the road, but he is very, very sluggish and not very quick at the moment. Where are you off to with him? Or where do you want to go, Grabthar?
Well, I want to go back to wherever we sleep and
The
sleep.
castle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Alright.
I will do that.
So you'll
Is-
hobble over that direction?
Yeah.
Alright. Does Abe continue to help him in this direction, or do you
Yes.
divert him to something else? Okay.
No.
Sounds good. So you guys hobble back to the castle, to where you're let in, carted down to your room, and Grobthar promptly passes out. Just almost immediately when his head hits the pillow.
Probably even a little before.
Close, close.
Just give himself a nice little concussion and then take a nap.
Classic Grobthar. Alright, so the rest of the party, I believe Dane and Gordon went and bought a kit downtown and a book to try and be proficient with the kit.
Yep.
A beginner's guide. So you could spend time doing that throughout the day, or you could keep hitting up the town. Which one are you looking to do with that?
I will be like a depressed teenager with my headphones in, my hair over my eyes, reading my book while my dad shops.
Okay.
It's reached the angsty teen phase.
They grow up so fast.
Robots age differently.
Robot age differently. All right. Gordon, are you just gonna shop around? Are you traveling along with the other two, or what's your plan here?
I'm helping Tam find a tall tavern.
Yes.
Do you want to go up to Tall Tavern and scout?
I did.
Okay.
We had a conversation at length about that, I remember.
Gotcha. So is everybody else following them along then?
Yep. Yeah, there was a big
Alright,
misunderstanding with that, wasn't there, Jake?
Yeah. We had quite the conversation.
There was a misunderstanding, I believe so. But yeah, I just wanted to find not the tallest building, just a tall building that happens to be a tavern.
Yes.
So that's my goal right now. I'm gonna ask around, look around, and see if I can find one.
All right, you look around for a while, and it seems like every third or fourth is a some sort of tavern or inn or something along of those lines, where it the bottom looks more homey and cozy, and then whatever protrudes from the top of it seems to be much more structured and newly renovated. All of it is out of Revertium, but there is aspects of like the bottom half that resemble maybe like a log cabin sort of thing. It's a very tall tower. You probably 150 feet tall, from what you can gather. But once again,
I don't know if
this is
150
straight up.
feet's that tall.
For a tavern, it is.
Oh, for me.
I mean,
suppose. It's 150 feet higher than you are now.
have you guys?
Approximately 144.
In
Assuming
D&D
that is like
land,
6.
that's fucking.
That's like castle
Yeah,
levels
tall,
of
dude.
tall, especially for a tavern being that tall. That's like a what, 3-story, 4-story building?
bigger than
If I know, dude.
Yeah.
That's
It's-
like-
that's about 15.
Yeah, like 10 to 15 stories.
Yeah. Okay.
Either way,
Yeah, that's still really tall for a tavern.
yeah.
It's like 3
Yeah.
Harry Potter books.
So I would like to go into I guess the first one I see.
All right. You go in, and there it seems to be it's midday, so not really too many people around. Pretty quiet. As you look around, you're greeted with some a robot serving drinks behind the counter, and the a lot of empty tables, all built out of Revertium, by the way. The interior completely Revertium, almost like chromed over. And there's a couple people at the bar. It's pretty open. It seems to be cut off into like a dining area and a bar area. So, as you enter, you also see spiral staircase going up, kind of in the corner, or in the center, not the corner, like the center of the establishment.
Was there like a sign on the outside? Does this tavern have a name?
Yeah, it's called the Peaks Tavern.
Jake, take notes. We should make this tavern in Belheim.
Okay. Put it down.
All right, I'll walk over to. You said there was mostly. You said there were robots in there? Are they like robot customers or like robot like workers?
There seem to be a few robots working around cleaning. There's a robot serving the bar, as the bartender, but the customers seem to be mainly gnomes.
Okay, cool. I'll hey, you guys wanna go hit up the bar? Maybe talk to somebody, ask if we can go up there.
Sure. Lead the way, friendo.
I mean, this is my thing, so okay.
You are the talking and
walk-
drinking guy.
Yeah. I'll walk up to the bar and say, "Hey, what's good here?"
He goes, "Well, I mean, anything you want, really. I mean, what's good is the view. You go all the way up top. We got a bar up there, overlooks the outskirts of the town. Pretty nice.
Mm.
Recommend it."
I can
Two
go up there?
bars here?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's a
boy.
bit of a walk. I'll tell you, it's a bit of a walk. But if you get up there, gorgeous view.
That's awesome. I was actually a little bit nervous to ask. I really want to go up there.
It's what we're
Uh,
known for.
All right.
How to be suspicious 101.
Well, can I get a drink here and then take it up there? Or should I
Sure,
get a
but it's gonna
drink
be
up
quite a
there?
walk if you take it now. You
Well,
can
I
always buy
mean,
it up there.
I should take one for the road then, right?
Oh, there you go. I'm not
Alright.
stopping you. What can I do you for?
I'll have one. What's on tap? I'll have one of whatever those guys are having. I'll point to the gnomes that look like they go here a lot.
And he goes, "Oh, they're just having generics." And he
Yeah.
cracks one
Alright.
open, slides it down.
All right. Thank you, my man.
He goes,
much?
"Just a silver."
All right. Here you go. You guys want one? Everybody?
Yeah, sure, I'll take one. Why not?
All right. Generics all around.
Slides him
Oh,
down.
I'm good, but thanks for the offer.
Also,
Alright.
as you didn't notice the first time, you just kind of were like making eye contact with him as he was talking. But there seems to be a compartment, like the counter's flush. But when you say, "Oh, I want a generic for my friends," there seems to be like a tube that pops up with a generic in it. He reaches over and some sort of machine kind of pops it out and throws the bottle cap into like a bin with other bottle caps in it.
Sick.
As it
Some high-tech
like
shit.
mechanically slides it down like 2 feet to where the bartender takes it and slides it to you guys.
I can just imagine it going through D4 and 3's head. It's like, oh god, Dad's drinking again.
Dad, Mom doesn't
Alright.
like it when you drink, remember?
Man.
You shut up!
I could
Alright.
kick your ass, even though you're 3 feet taller than me.
All right, guys. I guess let's head on up top, see what it's like up there. All right. Then I'll go. Apparently, it's quite the walk.
All
Yeah,
right, let's
it's
put on our
like-
hiking boots.
like we said, it's like what, 15 stories, something like that.
Yeah,
It's taller than anything you guys
It would
have
be
ever
like
seen.
13.2. I looked it up like a few minutes ago.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
13.2, yeah.
I should have said it earlier. As I'm reading my book, as we go into the tavern, I'm pretending to read, and I'm looking to see if anybody's paying close attention to us.
Oh,
Okay.
dude, I was supposed to be paying attention. I'm too excited. I wouldn't.
I'm too excited to go to the tall tower.
Make
I have my
me
bookmark in my little spot, and I'm looking around. I'm using my very mono-colored eyes to look at other people.
okay. Yeah, make me a perception check. See what you see.
22.
Yeah, from what you can gather, this is pretty much the kind of like day crowd for a place like this. It does seem kind of sparse for a place this big and vast, but nonetheless, no one really kind of looks at you more than you guys are clearly adventurers here, not from around here, sort of looks.
You boys aren't from around here, are you?
Dope.
It's not like the middle of the day, too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
what
like
day-
11ish.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised it's not packed.
So, you guys head up the flight of stairs, and it takes you guys like a good, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes to go up all these flights of stairs. Seeing as it's a very gradual incline. It's not a very far up. As you go up the floors, you find that this is not just like a tower for like drinking. It seems to also have rooms that it rents out for whatever purposes. As you go past, you see a party in one, seems to be a birthday party of some sort, and you go past another on the next a couple more floors up. That seems to be people working in an office of some like mechanical tinkering, tables all laid out, intricate designs and blueprints laid out across the wall. As you guys continue up through these areas, as you look in, it's glass, but the frame is made out of iridium as well, and very structurally integral, not like swaying at all as you'd assume from the heights that you've been on of other buildings. When the taller that you get, the more sway you get. But this one, very sturdy as you make it all the way to the top. When you make it to the top, it's very akin to tree houses or heights or flying, if you guys have been on any of that. As you look down, you take in the sun now gleaming off the entire city built out of reverdium that lies below you. It is glowing in the sunlight and looks magnificent. You see small towns, you see the place you entered, you see the way to the mine, you see the castle in the distance. You also see around the perimeter a wall, it would seem, made of reverdium that kind of goes up and then has walkways, but curves in a little bit for some reason. As you take in the view, when you get up there, you look around and there is indeed a bar, kind of. So if when you come up through the middle, it's a stairwell, a spiral staircase, and you come out through a doorway, and then the inner, that's not the doorway, around the center pillar is one large bar, and there's tables, outside dining tables all over for you guys to sit at with other people there. Up here, it seems to be much more bustling and busy. It seems to be like a diner that's very active in use. Probably a good 40 to 60 people around this area.
Is there a
Right.
railing pretty easy to vault over?
If you really wanted to, you could probably jump a railing, but it's
Especially a monk.
probably a
right?
good 5 feet, and it's made out of glass so that the gnomes can see as well.
Is there a giant pile of hay that if you jump off, you could dive into just perfectly,
No.
cushion your fall?
Assassin's Creed style.
You look down, but it's
How
very
about a little
hard to
plank of wood covered
see.
with bird shit?
It's very hard to see what's down there, besides shapes.
You said the walls around the city were kind of like concave, right? Is that the right word?
Concave. So
Like
they're not straight up. So if like the city is
oh,
this is the
I thought
wall, it's not just straight up. It's slightly like bent in.
oh, okay.
Yeah, it's bent inwards toward the city.
That's interesting.
Well, Tam, see anything you like?
I wonder why they do that with the walls like that. Normally, you'd think you'd want walls the opposite way, so that would be harder to get a ladder up and get people to like come in to the city. I wonder why they do that. It's pretty neat though. It's beautiful. I want to take a look at the. Is there a way to see the side of or the part of the city we will want to check out, like the northeast side of the city?
There are some other tall buildings around you, obscuring your vision in very specific parts, but for the most part, you can see the entire city or town or kingdom, whatever
Okay.
the size. It's a very large size.
Okay. And then I see like mountains by the mines and all that. That's really cool. So where in relation to the mountains is the castle? Like, is it closer to the mines or is it closer to somewhere else?
So the tavern that you're in is close to the entrance, the south side of Kremque, and the entrance you guys would have taken had you come from Balani here. So the tavern that you happen to be at is very close to the south side of town. So you're on the south side of town looking north. Primarily is where the majority of the city lies. To the northwest, you see the snowy mountains in the distance. And to the northeast, you see the volcano that is much larger than the city, seems to go around. The city seems to be like up kitty corner to it, but not into it necessarily. But you guys know better, and that's actually a mine that they have over there, as you see pathways going past the city walls to the mines over there.
Are there any particular landmarks? Like, if I wanted to scratch down a hastily made map, are there any like landmarks that I could point out and see and just scribble down?
You look
Like besides the
around,
mountains and the volcano.
you see the mountains, you see the volcano. You If you look south, you can see in the distance, maybe not see in the distance,
Option's
but you know
good, but it's
Balani's in
not
the distance that way.
okay. But there's gates to the city,
Yes,
like on that
very
side. Like,
much.
can I see that?
Yep, there are gates to the city, from the south, from the southeast, and the southwest. You also see gates to the west. It seems to be every cardinal direction that you can see at the moment.
Okay. Just not towards the volcano. Well, there might
There's
be.
some towards the volcano as well. Yep.
Okay, okay, I understand. Do I know where where the castle is, like in relation to the city?
Oh yeah, you see the castle stands about the height that you guys are at, tall, if
I
not taller, and
I'm trying to scribble like a map. So
yeah,
that's why I'm asking.
it's in the center of the city.
Okay. Okay.
And
Are there
then
any? Yeah.
when you look to like the north, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe I said north, east,
I think you
where
said
you guys were heading.
northeast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
northeast
That's correct.
is kind of a more run down part. There seems to be some stuff that's not quite Revertium over there, surprisingly. The rest of the town is completely Revertium, but there seems to be an outlier over there of actual like log towns, log buildings, some sort of like mud huts over there still. And then the complete opposite, when you look to the northwest, you see a gated district, and you see towers with gardens and shrubbery on the outside, green grass growing on Revertium, all sorts, and pets running around. Think of very like gated community things.
So the poorer looking side of town is near the volcano and the mines, or
The
just
volcano is just east or not east, west.
it's like
in
further
general.
off.
Yeah, it's not in the city. The walls come just before it, and then head in that direction. But
Volcano and the mountains are kind of in the same area.
they're opposite directions of
Okay.
each other.
So on the west side, volcano, east side, mountains, or is it flipped?
Other way around.
I thought it was.
Other way
I
around.
thought it was flipped.
Yeah.
So west side, like mountains in the distance.
Yep.
East side.
If it helps, I think we have a map in Erstonia.
You're
Boys.
telling me there's a fucking map for this city, and I'm
Not for the city, but for like
Okay,
the
good.
location that
The
you're
world
at.
map.
okay.
The world map you guys have acquired thus
Oh,
far.
that'll help me. Okay. Yeah, because I'm just trying to write down a little map right here to keep it in
Mhm.
my head. So towards the mountainside, there's fancier district. Towards the volcano side, there's poorer district.
From what you can tell, yeah.
Look at this view, guys. Isn't it nice? Never
Oh, it's
been up
beautiful
this
up
high
here.
before. Like I
Tam,
feel like, yeah,
what are you drawing there?
it's this little map here.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's not very
Dude.
pretty.
I didn't know you're a cartographer.
Oh, yeah. Have you been practicing?
Well, back in the day, I was kind of like a scout, so I used to hastily scribble maps, and then they had me with the spy glasses back in the day.
Look at
actually-
you! You're a regular James Bond.
Yeah, that's actually part of what my issue was, because I told them, hey, you're all good, you're all in the clear, and they were not in the clear. So
Ooh.
yeah. But
Pretty poor
usually,
job for a
hey,
smith.
9 out of 10's not bad. I mean, that's a pretty good percentage.
It's not bad, but that one time when
So,
you fuck up, it hurts a lot.
Yeah, the one time really made me feel like trash, so I had to leave. But yeah,
Well, would you be willing to share that map, or are you going to keep the captain's secrets?
share it with you guys. It's not very good right now, but I'll certainly share it with you guys.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you being willing to communicate possibly important information to everybody.
Looks
Well,
around
of
at party.
course.
It's malicious intent.
I'm an open book. Ask me anything.
Seems like Harry Potter. Everyone's read him at this point.
Yeah.
He's just a classic.
Yeah,
Keeps on
and
coming back.
maybe Gordon, maybe you could help me with it. If I know you don't know this city at all, but maybe this map can be overlaid with what you do remember, and that can help make it even better. But yeah.
Okay.
You guys want to make some new friends? Maybe ask some people questions.
Sure. I mean, you're the detective guy. You take the lead.
I like to think I'm a great talker, but Dane over here, well, he's a robot. Do I see robots talking with people?
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Dane here could convince me to buy chess and then sell it at a loss. You're that good of a talker, bud, and you know it. Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
But I'll try my best.
So
I'm
what
just
are we
thinking.
trying to do here?
We need to. I want to see if we can find any other leads, because we did have that one lead. But what if like the same thing happens with the cave, the mines? Yeah, I mean both are bad situations. But what if like that lead that we have right now just dropped? So I just
I got
figure
one.
if we can, talk to these fine people over here.
More leads we
Maybe.
get, the better chance we get of finding them.
I also wanted to see if there was if there was other stuff going around in the city. Maybe be some heroes here, help rescue a cat. I'm really in it for the glory here, and my
Maybe
stuff.
this is the place to, sell the chessboards.
Oh, dude, did I checked my bag? Is it in there?
You have one chessboard in there.
Yes, sucker. He gave me back my chessboard, guys. He gave me back my chessboard. He doesn't know how much
The
it's worth.
fool.
The ones of gold pieces that he could receive.
Oh, I
from
lost money. I lost money selling that other one.
you.
Gordon, do you have any half-finished tinkered items?
Half-finished tinkered items. Well,
Yes.
the answer to that would be no. I can't do a whole lot of tinkering at the moment because I don't have my box.
Do you have any components that you would be able to tinker something from?
You guys
I
are
probably
Justin.
have something in here. Why? What you need?
It's part of my sales pitch.
You're gonna help sell the chessboard?
I'm gonna get information.
I was thinking about talking to the bartender. If you guys wanted to talk to some of the people.
Yeah, I was gonna look for a table of maybe 3 gnomes.
Okay.
3 or so gnomes. I'll look around for that as Gordon is getting my components.
You look around, you find a few tables. Everybody
Okay.
looks pretty relaxed, like lunchtime sort of thing. No, not the rowdy bunch that you assume to be drinkards and drunkards of the night sort of scene.
Okay. Actually, you know what, Gordon? Why don't you hang on to that for a second?
Oh, hey, no problem.
Can I borrow gold from everybody?
Yeah.
I
gold
hate to
piece
even
for
part
everybody?
with money, but I guess if it's going to my son, better than anybody.
I don't
Yeah.
have much
Dad,
Kill
can you
gold.
give me some money?
Technically,
There you go,
allowance.
son. Don't spend it all in one place.
I can give you 2 gold.
Okay. So I will take my 3 gold for my friends and throw another 2 into it, so I have 5 gold.
He's gonna make
And
it
I will
neutral.
walk over to a couple of gnomes sitting at a table. I will put 5 gold. Actually, you know what? Before that, I'm gonna throw a gold at the bartender and get 3 drinks,
Okay.
and then have them brought over to the table along with me.
Okay.
And then I will stand there, give them all 3 their drinks, put 5 gold on the table, and I will say 5 gold to anybody who can show me the best tinkered item that they possess. And I take a seat next to them all.
Make me a insight check.
Ooh. 24.
Okay. That was more to the type of gnomes you are approaching for the
Sure.
because you didn't specify earlier. But these do happen to be tinkering gnomes that you do approach.
Mm-hmm.
As you come over with drinks in a very sort of odd, I want to say mystique, but I don't think that's the right word.
I will also very obviously have my beginner's dummies guide to tinkering with me.
Okay.
5
Okay.
gold.
Who can really rustle my jimmies?
Mm-hmm.
One of them, they kind of look at you and then go, "Oh, I got a upcoming tinkerer here, do we?"
Yes, sir. I'm looking for a mentor.
Oh, okay. What kind of tinkering you looking to do?
Well, what's your
Anything?
specialty?
Well,
I'm interviewing you right now.
you see, we're we're what you call the maintenance crew. We go around, fix up the city and things, and whatever breaks, whatever knickknacks here and there, we check it out.
Okay.
They kind of
What is
look at each other for a moment, kind of like shake their heads in agreement, and then look back at you.
Well, which one of you has taken on the most difficult job?
They kind of look at
Who's
each
the
other
top
and
dog?
grin, and they go, "Well, our job's not really that interesting or difficult here, so we're all kind of on the lower end of things, but from what we
Oh.
do, it's not that bad."
Oh, come on. A couple of hard workers like you got to have some story for me.
Yeah,
Come on. You're trying to sell yourself to your new protege. Come on. Help me out a little here fellas.
they kind of like look at each other like all like kind of smirking and grinning sort of thing. And one of them just has a straight stone cold face and is just like, and so the one of the people one of the gnomes that's grinning comes over and he goes, "Look, this we're maintenance on the town, but that's a fancy way of saying we don't do jack around here. The town is maintenance of itself."
Well, I'll take the 5 gold that I put in the middle of the table and I'll slide it over to him. What have you seen? What's the word? What have you heard?
What's the sitch?
Well,
Anything
there's a lot of gossip around town. Well, what category are we looking for right about now?
Sports.
something interesting?
Well,
Something out of this world. Wow me. What's your name again?
he goes, well, something that might wow you is the this town in general. You see how the whole
Something
thing's built out.
irregular.
This whole town is built out of this revertium stuff. It's really good for crafting and got some weird stuff attuned to it, and we don't exactly understand the whole properties of it, but he looks kind of left and right, and he goes, legend has it that when this stuff breaks and you kind of break its form, it just slowly starts to reform back. It doesn't actually, but that's not all Revertium. That's just the city in general. It seems to be regenerative, if that's what you call it.
How does it regenerate?
Some sort of magic, I'm sure. Beyond me. That's king level of, well, revert level, not exactly king. Depending on who
Interesting.
you ask, but that's neither here nor there. But he's got some
Okay.
mumbo jumbo going on up there. Who knows what's going? But what there's been bandit attacks. Let me tell you that they just siege the wall. They run in, break the gates, come in, pillage. Of course, they're overwhelmed and don't understand robots, so they lose and then they get jailed and then whatever else ends up happening there. But the next day, perfectly fine. Gates back to pristine order, as if nothing ever happened.
Okay, so I take 3 gold, or I take 2 gold from the pile and I put it in front of him, like directly in front of him by his hand.
Mhm.
And I'm sort of doing that gambler or like the poker player chip thing with the last 3 gold.
Yeah.
What tell me about these bandits. Do you know what they are, who they are, what they want?
Oh, it hasn't been for years at this point. Any bandits we've
Hmm.
That was before we had the entire wall built, mind you. That was when they came in the gates. We got for this place is a fortress now. You gotta walk through guards and gates, and you gotta cause havoc. Well, you're gonna be seen by something. Crime's not really a big thing in this town if you haven't noticed.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not from around here.
He looks you up and
Well-
down and goes, I could tell.
You're perceptive.
You're a robot, so he's clearly like joking.
I heard rumors. Just rumors. Something about a curse that's going around. People are changing. If you understand what I mean.
That ain't no curse, buddy. That's some people call it their divine right, and some people call it their coming to power. It's one of the few ways some people were able to take control of their lives once they were kind of overthrown by this rebellion led by Revert.
So you would say that they don't have the town's best interest in mind.
Well, you're looking for this Kremque or old Kremque, my friend, because those are very two different parties.
Amen to that.
They live in the same place, but let me tell you, they're two different groups of citizens.
I put another 2 gold in front of him, and I have the one thing that I'm kind of twiddling between my fingers.
Mhm.
Say, where would I go to get not so common information?
Depend on which side you want it skewed towards.
Say I don't have any skin in this fight. Literally.
He kind of like smirks. He goes, well, you can ask around like you are, but everyone has their opinion about it. It's kind of a pressing issue, seeing as those that like the old Kremque kind of disappear shortly after they speak out about it. And those that do conform to the new way, well, they are living in a life full of Revertium, my friend. And lots of different things here and there going on, very odd on both sides of things. If you want my advice, easiest place to get the get information is the northeast over there. Low security, nobody really. They still live the old style best they can in the new world, but you're gonna get the old Kremquay point of view over there.
I pull out a 6th coin from my pouch, and I have the 2 now. Say, where do you recommend?
You're like flipping the coin, then shink, 2 coins come out.
Yep. Yeah. I ask him, what do you recommend? Where do you recommend?
Really, just anywhere down there, but be careful what you say down there. It might like I said, they're old Kremquay. They don't take kindly to change to their ways most of the time.
Any friends? Any particular shops I should visit? Any particular shops I should avoid?
Anything down there, it's a completely different scene, my friend. As you've walked around, I'm sure you've seen the vast towers made of revertium and civil areas well maintained over there. It's very not kept, well kept, very outdoorsy, as I should say. Best they can keep it inside these walls.
Hey, Gordon.
What's up?
Was there a place we had to go in the Northeast?
Not specifically.
Anything in
wasn't-
particular you're looking for?
I guess same thing we're all looking for, just little information.
Little information.
You do remember that's where Gordon, I don't know if you're withholding this information or not, but out of game, this is where you were told to look at with that cloth for your family.
Yes, I did bring that up with them.
Okay.
Well, what was your name? You never told me your name. How rude of me.
He kind of like laughs it off and goes, "Well, I'm Sansa.
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 Santa.
What's your last name? Stork.
Well, Sansa, and I'll put the 2 gold in front of him. Thank you for your time. Gentlemen, enjoy the drinks, and I will walk back to my friends.
Enjoy your girl's name.
And I will relay that to my friends.
Cool, cool. So the friends that are here so far is Gordon, Shen. Shen's here, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then Tim.
Yeah, what was the important information in that? I'm sorry.
Um,
Drunk,
We got
man.
kicked out of the bar.
We didn't get kicked out of the bar. I was
He'd
paying
be
enough.
furious.
I was paying enough attention to know that.
Just gotta keep you on your toes.
so there were bandit attacks up until about 2 years ago, and they suddenly stopped when the rebellion started, essentially, or was snuffed out. The city seems to be repairing itself, though they didn't really seem to know how. The vampires seem to be a part of some sort of cult. They seem to have some sort of divine right to do it. And he seems to believe the best place to get more underground type information is to the northeast. I'm going to step away
City's
for 30
repairing.
seconds.
I was thinking deeply about how I was gonna draw fancy buildings as a landmark on a. Either way, I'm gonna try and talk to a bartender. So I'll walk up to the bartender, be like, "Hey, howdy, how's it going?"
Come up and he's kind of you know how most barkeeps that you come to, they'll have a rag and a glass of some sort washing it out. This one
He's
is
got
much
2
more
rags.
advanced and has these sort of like pins that he keeps placing the cups on, and then kind of like lever comes down and goes tink, tsh, and you see like water spray as the door closes, and then you see steam come out from behind. As he's
Fancy.
putting the glasses on these, he kind of turns around to you and goes, "Ah, well, hello." It is a construct.
Sure. Hi, how are you? I was just looking to have a drink and maybe have a chat. Are you willing?
Ah, it would be nice. What you looking for to chat about?
Well, as you may be able to tell by my appearance, I'm new in town. I was just wondering. I, I love saying that now.
New in town.
I'm new
I
in
have
town. Want to show me
AIDS.
around?
And I was just wondering if there was any major news that I should know about, or maybe anything interesting going around. Like, has anything crossed your ears recently?
Goes, well, there's many stories that cross my ear. Are you looking for interesting stories, fun stories, recent stories, old stories, lore of the town? It is quite rich in lore.
I'm looking for a boring story.
You know
Boring
what?
story. Also, while you think about it, what can I get you to drink?
Give me a stout beer. Do you have anything dwarven?
Oh, we do have Dwarven. It is quite strong and a little more expensive, seeing as the dwarves are not from this area, if that is okay by you.
Yeah, perfectly fine. Reminds me of home.
The robot nods very mechanically like and turns around and grabs like a pint essentially of ale and
Fine.
stein, yeah. A stein, I forgot the word. And
Yeah, I know what you
pours
mean.
it out and slides it over to you.
Hey, thank you very much. How much do I owe you?
That would run you 1 gold.
Well, here you go. I'll give him a gold.
He takes it and kind of slides it down the table, and there's a little part on the table that goes doop, and you hear ching.
Oh, catch that shit. Start drinking a little bit. Well, I was just curious. So I'm part of an adventuring. I'm part of an adventure group, and we've just been wondering if there's any jobs in town maybe you've come across, or just anything interesting, anything we could investigate, help people out with, or if there was any sort of shady dealings happening around town, maybe stuff that the town needs help with.
The barkeep kind of looks around kind of cautiously before going. There is many things going on in town, depending on what you describe as shady puts a different scope on what is going on, I suppose. But there seems to be quite a talk about some sort of rebellion happening. There used to be quite a presence, but within the last couple months, it has went quiet. And something that large and resilient does not just go quiet. But as far as other jobs, you remind me of people in the past that used to come. This used to be a humble bar that the owner had. The owner has been gone missing since, but when this was a humble bar, we used to have travelers, such as you, and that blade that you carry, as he kind of motions to the heron marked blade at your side. He goes, these travelers would stay refuge in this town, in this inn, and many others. They enjoyed going to the mountains in their free time. I do not know why, but they always made for great stories.
Really? With this blade, or with blades like this?
Yes, it is very hard to forget such an intricate blade, and they back then we did not get nearly as many travelers.
Wow. So this tavern used to be just like a nice little cozy little tavern with
It sure
travelers
used to
came through?
be,
Wow.
but that was many years ago.
And they'd come to the mountains.
Yes, almost habitually, annually. I do not remember time frame, but consistently at the very least.
That's actually wonderful news to hear. I haven't met up with many people like that. I really want to. Uh, do you know around what time they come, or is that tough
Well,
to
since
remember?
the rebellion, we have not seen any come to the tavern, at least not made their presence known around these parts, which is unfortunate. They used to have, like I said, very bizarre stories of
Oh,
the
I bet.
world.
Oh, I bet.
Well traveled. But they would come something ev- something to do with the moons and the cycles. Quite inconsistent, I know, but they would come around and head north to the mountains. Northeast. West. Northwest toward the mountains.
Okay. Um, that's wonderful. I might try and find some people like that. Uh, thank you so much. I'll here have another gold piece. Can I get just whatever your cheapest thing is?
Sure thing. That would be a silver, and he kind of like, as you saw downstairs, a bottle pops up, bottle cap, throws it to the side, ding, into a bin, slides it out a couple feet as it takes a generic and slides it over to you.
All right. Oh, I'll give him a gold piece for that one. Keep the change,
Why,
please.
thank you. You are
It's
too
been nice
kind.
talking to you. Do you know of do you know of anything? What can you tell me about the northeast part of town? I fear
The
I'll be heading over there at some point.
Well, the northeast part of town is the closest thing Cramquay has to before the revolution of Reverts. Reverts Revolution. They try to live a very humble, traditional lifestyle.
Wow. I have a friend who used to live here back in that time. Maybe it'll make him feel right at home.
Oh, I do not know about that. It is, how do I put? Everybody there is on edge because their beliefs are very much persecuted rather, by the Revert and his robots.
I understand.
They are
I
very on edge.
okay. So is it a safe part of town? If I was to go there alone, would I be safe?
As long as you are not disliked by them.
Understood. Um, man, it's been man. It's nice to talk to a stranger every once in a while, and I will tell him a story from back in the day where
Okay.
where my army was forced to fight against another army because some king was courting another the same woman as another king, and
Okay.
we ended up winning the fight, and our king got to marry the beautiful woman.
Nice.
And then I'll go after that. I'll go meet up with our people.
All right. In the meantime, what's Shen doing over there? What's Shen and Gordon doing?
Oh God, I don't have much to do.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like taking in the bar, the scenery, the atmosphere.
As you look around, it's very different from the Kremque you once knew. You can make out landmarks that you knew back in the day, thinking, "Oh, that's downtown. Oh, that's that." But it's very, although it resembles the same sort of area, the buildings are somewhat kept as homage to the old buildings shape and sort of the structure is completely redone into Reverdium, and the streets are nothing like you remember. You look around, and as you think about your home, you look to the northeast, and it seems to be quite untouched. There is a wall around it, but it seems to be untouched by Reverdium, which gives you flashback to your younger years.
So the wall is not made of reverdium.
The wall is made of Reverdium,
Oh,
but
okay.
the wall made of Reverdium is outside of your kind of like home couple blocks.
Okay.
It would seem from this distance, maybe more.
Gotcha.
As you take in the rest of the scenery. What's going through Shen's head?
I mean, it surely is beautiful.
Fair enough. As you guys enjoy the view and lose a little bit of track of time, Tam comes over along with D4 and 3 as they meet back up with you.
About how long has it been since we split off from the other two?
Probably like an hour or two, maybe 3. No, not 3. It'd be like an hour or 2. Probably like an hour 30 minutes, hour 45-ish.
Okay. I'm gonna let the other guys know, like, hey, we should probably think about heading back to the castle, 'cause, coming up on that point.
Yeah, it's getting about that time. Maybe we should head that way if nobody else has any other business.
That sounds great. I'd love to tell you all about my experiences. Actually, that robot dude, it's a good time. I'll tell you. I'll tell you on the way down.
Do you
Hey,
guys remember
sounds
where you're
good.
gonna meet up?
In front of the castle.
right?
All right. So it takes you guys probably better part of an hour, 45 minutes, just 45-ish minutes to come to the back to the front of the castle. As you approach there, you sit there patiently and wait. No one seems to be there at the moment.
Specifically told them the front of the castle.
I'm sure Abe remembered, right? They gotta be on their way.
I will send a message to Abe.
Okay.
What's up? Are you guys
Are
in
you
trouble?
gonna
We're in front of the
continue to
castle.
use your copper from yourself to cast these messages, or do you have actual components at this point?
I have actual components.
Okay.
Where are you? We're in front of the castle. Are you guys in trouble? Was it Grabthar?
No, we're in the
Probably
castle.
Grabthar.
What?
So this is a
You're in-
spell. How this works is he gets 26 words or some 25 words. I
25
think.
words.
25 words he can say to you, and then you get a chance to respond to it.
26 words.
With
Better, you
25
idiot.
words.
I mean,
Why would it
Evan
be
said
26?
I don't
You
know.
fool.
Anyways,
Even number.
Abe might not know this, so maybe he just interrupts and then cancels the spell and you gotta cast it again.
Well, from what I heard, he seems to be fine, so I'm just gonna assume that they're. He said he's already in the castle, so they're already in the castle.
We told me in front of the castle. All right, let's go fucking look for him.
All right. I asked
Alright.
our guard, our escort, to let us in so we can go talk to what's his face.
Mhm. As you talk to the guard, he carts you back down to where you've been staying for the duration of in this town, or for the duration you've been in this town, rather. And you see Grobthar passed out. Like, you know how when you see someone who just comes home drunk and is just like, just on. That's what Grobthar looks like. Just passed out, face first in the pillow. Just as soon as he got there, just.
What
and
did he do?
Abe's sitting there next to him.
Is he dead?
I don't think so.
That's reassuring.
Believe it.
Yeah. Yeah, I took him to see the
Took him to the
the
circus. He's dead now.
I'm like picking up his arm and letting it drop.
I took him to the temple where I met a priest dude, and I realized that Grobthar might be able to get his memories back. But
That's a pretty significant development.
Wait,
yeah.
Grobthar has
like your word.
amnesia? I thought he was just slow.
I thought he was just an idiot.
Yeah, maybe. But
But they're not mutually exclusive. So let's cut him some slack.
Look, he might be dumb and forgot. Okay, not out of the realm of possibility.
anyways, it took a toll on him trying to get his memories back,
I
and
mean, that makes.
Low Grobby's all tuckered out, I guess.
yep. And we have a debt to pay for doing this. So
What kind of debt?
I'll point
Oh,
out
is
the
this the
little
devil?
bracelet thing that I have and he has.
Yeah, that cool. You got a piece of jewelry. What's the debt?
We're best friends now. No, we have a debt we have to pay. We have to go get ice crystals.
What ice crystal from where? What? Why? How?
Because that's what our priest uses to try to find people and find memories. Replenish slush ice. We have to get crystal slush ice from the mountains in the west. There are many
Yeah.
caves.
So
Yeah.
they just look like ice. They're not actually ice. They're from the ice biome. That's where they've
Sure.
been harvested, but they're not actually ice.
All right, crystal, but I put in parentheses they look like slushy ice.
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
They
thank
look
you.
like that. They're not actually ice.
No, of course, yeah.
As
Thank
far
you.
as you guys know, maybe they are. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll find out.
Well, I mean, we're already getting some for you. Why not just grab more? How much harder could it be?
Yeah, it has to
I was
be
thinking,
one of the easiest
don't
things to
say
do in this
that.
world.
And I'm gonna say this now because we're gonna forget. Does anyone have a pick? We're gonna need a pick.
Pick like a
Does
I
anyone
only
have
knew a
like a-
place that had picks.
like a
Oh,
loot
no.
like a
We
loot
can
pick.
get one.
to
mean, we
get
could
the
probably-
crystals?
I mean, whatever his name's like over there right now, right? We could just be like, yo.
Cool.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm
But-
sure picks are like something that are very common that we could get anywhere,
Okay.
Might
and-
ask why we want to pick. That's because
and we're gonna
We
let you
need
handle
tw-
that.
So we don't forget what you look like, of course.
Sure. We need 21 pounds.
20. What? That's like half my weight. What the fuck?
21 pounds of fucking crystals, dude.
Yep.
Are you guys drug traffickers now? What the hell happened while we were gone?
We might be. Non-zero
might be-
No,
percent.
of course not, because it's not in the metric system.
That might be hard if we're just miners and we don't run into anything. Like, just to freaking mine the.
Why the hell does he need so much?
Oh, that's so good. I mean, in for a penny, in for a pound. We should get 40. see what
21
that
Yeah,
pounds,
we
gets.
should get 40, see what we get, I agree.
See what we get out of that.
They can start selling on the black
Well, let's just make
market.
it even 50.
You can sell that instead
Oh
of
my
your
God.
chessboards.
So now that we're all here, I actually have some information
Go
I
for
would
it. What's
love
up?
to share. Well, first of
Yeah.
all, I have this map that I scribbled down. I put in notes and links so you guys can all look at it.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty beautiful. That's my hastily scribbled down map
Does that
here.
say penis?
That's
It's a penis.
Kremque.
It's a pain.
Oh, Peaks. That's the
Uh-oh.
tavern we were at. We were at Peaks Tavern.
We're at
You know, it definitely says peaks, but I wouldn't be surprised if you wrote penis.
That would be funny. Yeah. So it looks like this northeastern side, very much like old Kremque, is what I heard. That's gonna
Okay.
be there forever. So yeah, and to the southeasternly wait, northeasternly, no, northwesternly, the northwesternly side is there's like a richer district. So if we ever need to go to the rich fancy district or need to find something that rich people have, I mean that's the area to look for, right? But yeah, so this is what it looks like here
Cool.
from up in the highest tower I could find. Pretty cool place actually. Talked to a bartender, and you will not believe it. So he said that these people who had this on their sword, the Blade Masters, that they would come to Old Kremque to that very tavern all the time, like habitually. Like he said, had something to do with moon cycles, like at inconsistent time, which is weird because moon cycles are usually consistent, I believe. But this must be some sort of inconsistent moon cycle. And that made me think of the Seven Sisters. And that made me think
Oh.
of you guys, Gravthar and Shen. Maybe this, because he said they were going to the mountains over there to the west.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this ore that we're looking for is like only visible like during a full moon or something like that. Like the Seven Sisters were very powerful on like a full moon night. Like maybe it has something to do with like it's in a different realm. Does that sound right? Like in the spirit realm? Is that what I don't know. I don't
It
really
could
know
be.
much about and then it materializes on this plane only for a short amount of time and then they can mine it. That's what's spinning around in my head right now. Yeah, so I
I
just
don't even
wrote
know where I would begin though with like where
have-
would I would just sit on a rock and drink a potion and hope that things go well?
I have no clue.
Do you still have potions left?
I do. I have 3.
Nice.
Like maybe we could go into old maybe okay. We're going to the mountains. We're already going to the mountains. So I was just thinking maybe we could investigate them, look for like a hidden mine
Yeah.
and see if we could find maybe there's a vein of this metal that we could find in there. I don't know. Just spitballing here. It's kind of crazy though, cause the Face Eater, Seven Sisters, Blade Masters, Shen Grabthar, all seem to be related to moon cycles at some point. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder
It's really
what.
makes me question Grobthar's identity.
Maybe he's your mom in a different body, but he forgot.
That would be great.
That'd be something.
But yeah, so that's something that's definitely on my mind right now. Like, not to be that guy that is like it's all about me, but that's all about me. And also, another important piece of information, definitely more important to what we're dealing with, is that it seems like there's some sort of rebellion happening. The guy seemed to believe he was a robot. Actually, he was a pretty chill guy. I mean, first time ever talking to a robot without just saying like, "Do this." I had like a real conversation. It was pretty cool. Yeah. Apparently, within the past couple of months, things have gone silent. Like shady dealings that usually should not be going silent. Like it feels like something is about to happen, like a calm before the storm. Is the sense that I got.
Something's wrong. I can feel it.
Something's wrong. He could feel it, or it could feel it. I don't know. And yeah. Also, maybe not important to you guys. And I sussed out that Kremquay used to be like a traveler pass-through city because of Blade Master thing. I don't know if that's
It's a
important,
tourist
but
city.
kind of cool to know. Just like, hey, it's like you're on your way to New York. You stop at like, I don't know, some random ass town. You stop in New Jersey first. It's just a pass through to get to New York or some shit.
From what you gathered during the conversation, there wasn't actually a lot of travelers. That's why he remembers those a lot.
Okay,
Because
never.
they came by and he had very vivid memories of that, seeing as he
Okay.
didn't get out of town much. So
So scratch that.
the opposite of that. But they did have people come here every once in a while.
This
Way
was
back when.
not really a traveler city,
There you go.
but he remembers the travelers because of that, because there was only a few of them. Yeah, apparently that tavern used to be like it looked like a little log cabiny. Apparently it used to be like a log cabin freaking tavern. Now it's just like Reverdium, which is also pretty interesting. Yeah. I also found out that if I go, that he said the northeastern side of town is like more like old school, probably like your home, Gordon, like what you remember.
Ah, okay.
And he said people in there are tough news. Like if they don't like you, watch your back. Watch your back if they don't like you. He said I should be safe though. Like if I was to go alone, he said I'd probably be fine.
Oh, I don't know how
But
anyone couldn't like you, Tam.
exactly.
You're almost too likable.
Yeah, it's the likable ones you gotta look out for, right?
Keep your friends close. Keep your likable. Fuck. Never
Keep your
mind.
likables closer.
Yeah, keep your likables
you're-
closer.
If you're likable enough, no one will think you're there. No one will be your enemy.
Yeah.
Just be that guy. It'd be like punching a puppy.
Exactly
Yeah,
what I was thinking.
How could you do that? So, yeah, that's my news. I thought it was a pretty awesome time. I don't know about you guys. So what's the plan now, you think?
Well, if we don't have any other leads, then I guess the only thing we can do is go to the northeast. Try and investigate there.
As long as we don't go in another ice cave.
Seems like that's the place to be in the northeast. Yeah. Like if there's shady stuff going on, probably over there.
D4N3, how does your telepathy thing work? Do you have to know the person?
In my spell?
Yeah.
That's a good question, and I will tell you as soon as Evan knows.
Right after this break.
You have to know the
I need
person.
I need to be familiar with the person. Like I can
Yeah.
say like I want to speak to Gordon's dad.
Well, you have to have met them, I think is how it's ruled. if I
I think
remember right.
it's-
I know in Critical Role they do it wrong. I think.
Oh, do they?
There's a couple times in Critical Role where like they'll have them know like someone's dad, even though they've never met each other. I
Yeah,
think
I
you
think
have
it's you
to.
So
have
they're
to
not
have
perfect
met them.
after
met
all.
them. That's what I
it's
believe.
a creature you are familiar with,
Okay.
which is not very specific.
No, not at all.
Well, I'll
I'm not
rule
saying
it
you've
if you
had to
meet
have
them in
met them.
person. If you meet them in person, you can communicate with them. That's how I'll rule it.
I like that.
Sure.
Makes it so you can't just be like, "Oh, I
I
saw that
want
dude
to
on the street
talk
that
to
one time."
God.
Yeah,
I'm familiar with this king I've never met.
yeah. I want to talk to you. Yeah.
I mean, I've stalked him enough to know what he looks like and what his voice sounds like.
Sure, you're not a rogue over there.
He doesn't know me, so he might be a little spooked when he hears a disembodied voice in his head. But cross that bridge when we get to it.
So yeah, I'll say I need to have met them, and then I can talk to them.
Makes sense. So we just have to get these ice crystals within 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
I don't know if we have
So-
2 weeks. Sort out this family.
Yeah, you guys are fucked. Sorry.
It was
Right.
3-4 weeks.
It was for me originally,
Yeah,
but
you
now
only.
it's
I mean,
2 weeks.
It's been like 3 days.
it's been 3 days, so you still got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
So
I
you
still
still
have
have,
2
like,
weeks.
4
4
days.
days.
Well,
When
it's
we were-
been for you. It's been like 4 days.
All right.
When
I have
when-
2 weeks and 3 days.
Opposed to me and Tam, who's been over a month.
yeah, when we
Closer
were
to 2 now.
Yeah,
when
yeah,
we were in
something
the
like that.
mines, like it was really only a few days, but we were doing like 12.
Years
We
worth.
did like 12 shifts in those 3 days.
That's because you're hard workers.
Yeah, that's why.
You're like, don't worry,
Yeah,
guys.
'cause-
I'll take all your shifts for you.
They're trying to work us to the bone and turn us all into robots. That, of course, that's not it.
Hey, if you guys want to be robots, just say the word. I'll make it happen.
I do not.
Pulls out a flame torch.
They are cool, but I'm pretty against the augments to my body.
Maybe I just give you a new arm. How about that?
I don't know what that means. Is that some sort of magic?
Like a third arm? Then yes.
Oh yeah.
A third leg, and then I can tripod it.
Yeah.
I'll give you that old Mewtwo tail coming straight out your ass.
So,
Also,
so I guess we should just look around the northeast side of the town and flash that thing you got there. I feel like that's the best way.
D4 and 3 hasn't told Abe of what he learned yet. So
Does
Also,
he
I
want
give-
to?
I will.
okay.
Okay. I give Tam his Shaughnessy costume back.
Hey, did you
Gotta
make good
remember
use
that.
out of it?
No.
Well,
So thanks.
welcome anyways.
Yeah.
I'll just shove it back into my bag. I like to imagine I carry 2 bags, one for all the like makeup and disguise kit stuff, and one for everything else.
Nice. Do you
So what do I
remember
know
what?
now?
Do you remember? Do you want to just? Do you guys remember what Evan learned about that?
That's important right now?
That's
No,
important.
I don't.
Okay.
All right, dude.
Do you want to reiterate, Evan?
Sure. So I learned that up until about a few years ago, there were regular bandit attacks,
Okay.
but that seems to have been stopped thanks to the rebellion.
Okay.
The city seems to be repairing itself, or seems to have the ability to repair itself, or something is repairing it and nobody knows what it is. The vampires seem to be a part of some sort of cult because they believe that becoming a vampire is their divine right. So that obviously means that somebody is poisoning the minds of people in Kremque. And if we want to find more underground type information, we should go looking to the northeast of the town or city.
Okay.
And does Reverdium like pulse or like have a energy to it, or is it just the same color throughout?
It's pretty much the same color throughout. Depending on how the sun reflects off of it, it's kind of like brass, where like you can see different like shades into it. But for
But
the most part, it's as
it's like
assuming it's non-magical. Obviously, anything magically it's different, but the majority of it seems pretty standard metal.
it's a solid color.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a theory, but we won't find out until we find a different awesome metal. A game theory.
As you guys have this conversation, it is probably like 2 p.m. and Grobthar is still passed out cold.
Should we maybe wait until he wakes up? I feel like that might be useful.
I mean, yeah. How long is he gonna be resting for?
I don't know, Abe. How long?
I don't know.
This
Is he
didn't hap-
dead? Should we check?
This didn't happen to you.
I don't want to wait if he's dead.
Can I flag down a guard? A robot guard?
Sure.
I'll ask him if they have a wheelchair available for my disabled friend.
They go, we can make one. It will be a couple hours.
And what time is our meeting at?
Have a fucking meeting tonight?
Yeah, I
with
thought we were
Revert.
talking to Revert.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know we made the meeting. Whoosh.
Hmm. Can we have him moved to a sleeping chamber?
Where I thought that's where you guys were.
It just sounds unpleasant.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
okay.
got.
Because you guys walked into your kind of like quarters and he was just passed out on his bed.
Can I request a coffee?
Sure, that can be arranged.
Just splashed it in his face.
Give me
Boiling
like
hot.
give me like a triple shot of espresso.
With no foam.
With no foam.
No.
If it has foam, I send it back.
Mhm.
Okay, I will be right back. Let the other
Thank you
guard
very
know
much.
if you have any other concerns, as he kind of carts
Thank
out.
you. What's your name again?
I am 6385.
6385. Bebs?
I want your name, son, not your phone number.
All right, Bebs, thank you. What, they have names?
They do.
Well, I will wait for the espresso, and if nothing else, nobody else wants to do anything, I will force it down Grobdar's gullet and wake him up with a big slap to the face with my metal hand.
Wait, why don't we wake him up and let him drink it himself?
No.
No. Alright, as you kind of force this down his throat, it goes very not normally.
Mm-hmm.
And you slap him in the face, and it's like slapping like a cold turkey, you know? Just no reaction at all whatsoever. From people that are sleeping, this would be easily enough to wake them up. This is concerning at this point. What happened? What's happened?
Grobdar! Boobs! Beer! Babes!
Battlestar
Clinic!
Galactica!
There's
Dad!
a fight outside!
Your dad owns a car dealership!
There's something wrong here.
No, Gordon's concerned that he might actually be dead, so he's going to use Spare the Dying on him.
Is that a spell or a cantrip?
It's a cantrip.
You use is there a roll for it or anything?
No, I touch a living creature that has 0 hit points. The creature becomes stable.
Okay. You kind of reach out and touch. He seems to be fine as far as the spell's concerned.
Well, guys, he's apparently fine. I don't know what we have to do to wake him up.
Maybe he's just a really heavy sleeper.
I think that's what this is. If he's not dead, I'm happy.
But I don't want to leave him here because of God knows what he could get into when he wakes up.
I'll
I don't want to
stay
leave. I don't want to leave him here by
here.
himself.
We can take him along. We got the wheelchair. What time is our meeting?
Yeah. That sounds
Wheel
good.
wheel him into our meeting, just like
You're muted, Evan.
I'll ask the other guard. What time is our meeting scheduled for with Revert?
He goes, "You just said you wanted to meet with him later today. I do not believe you had a time."
Okay, can we set up?
Can we make time?
Can we set up a dinner with him at dinner time?
This can be arranged. Is there a time you are looking for?
6:30.
We can request this.
Very well.
Your wheelchair will be around in an hour.
Perfect. Perfect.
I would love
See?
for him to
Making money
wake up
moves.
midway through the meal and just like wake up at 7 or something. Just be like, oh,
All right. We need a weekend at Bernie's with Grubthar. We need to get him an
Alright.
old man
We
wig.
need, we need to give him some
Sunglasses.
sunglasses.
Honestly,
I got everything you need.
This is your moment.
You were born for this.
But why don't we just be like, yeah, he's sleeping.
No, we can't do. We can't let him know.
It's so
Why can't
unprofessional.
we let him know?
This is Revert. We can't let him see Grobthar like this.
Why can't we just put him in a?
dresses him up and lets him see him like this.
Why can't we just like put him in a room off to the side or something?
Because we all have to be there.
Why can't you be like, hey, half orcs sleep at this time. He
They're nocturnal.
As everyone
Look,
knows,
it's
half
his nap
orcs do not
time.
sleep at this time. He knows this. He'll see right through our plan.
he turns out he's a half orc in gnome's clothing.
He's just a half orc wearing children's clothing, so they're really tight.
Half orc, half gnome.
He's a half midget.
My adopted parents were half orcs.
I was
I
waiting for
really
this
don't-
moment, Dad.
I really don't see
God.
the issue here.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I would love to be in the room, but if I need to be in the side room with Grobzar here, I'm happy to oblige.
No, you're too important to be in the side room, Tam. Please.
Touch. Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. And second of all, I feel like you're the one who's important to talking to Revert, man. You're like homies. You're like
Oh, yeah, I'm
blood
talking to him
brothers.
no matter what. Because I gotta
Yeah.
know how to fucking repair my son.
Exactly. Has Revert always been in your town? Like, do you and Revert go way back, or is he a newer person to the town?
As far as I know, he is not new in town. We do go way back. I wasn't really, I'd say, friends with him, but I did kind of know who he was. It was like my parents were friends with his parents, and then they're like, "Oh, come on a play date." And it's like, "No, I don't want to."
Yeah, it's like I don't like him, and they're like, but come on, we're friends with his parents. Let's just do this. I understand. Okay, so it's not like he's new in town, came, and then all of a sudden this place is all red.
Yeah, as far as I know, he's not like me where he left and then came back.
Okay. Then yes. I don't remember where I was going with this, to be honest. So okay. Yeah, I mean,
Then
if
it's
you guys are
settled.
buddies. If you guys are old buddies, you can probably work it out real good then.
I mean, I worked out that trade deal for us.
Okay, you can stop breaking now. We get it.
And hey, maybe I can get you some revertium for weapons and such.
That would be amazing. It would certainly be amazing.
Maybe for
Actually,
him
that's
too,
what-
and I point down at Grobthar. 'Cause God knows he needs some new shit.
That's actually where I was going with that. Is I was gonna ask him if he knew about the people with the hair and blades who would go to town every once in a while.
That'll be something you'll
Because
have to ask him.
I mean, he knows about medals. Maybe he knows about these dudes' medals.
Yeah, maybe. If anyone knows, it's probably gonna be him.
Yeah, I mean, seems like a second smartest guy I've heard about. All right, let's just play some chess while we wait.
Have a nice rousing match of chess.
So you guys have situated out the questions. Have you guys situated out the questions and topics?
Not at all.
Do you want
I-
to?
I have a
Probably
couple
should.
topics written down that I make sure that I want to ask him about.
All right, guys, let's write down our topics here.
So
You
the
start.
two
You
things
start.
Gordon wants to ask him about is about using some ore to make like weapons and gear and stuff, so that the same thing doesn't happen like in the ice cave, and then basically like a how-to manual on how to repair Dane. And why
Yeah,
he
that's
was
about
like,
what I need.
and why he was being reset in the mine.
Mm-hmm. That's important.
And if I could add on to that, one thing is to ask about the metal that's on this sword. I'll point out the little bit, see if he knows anything about this metal the Blade Masters used. Actually, I'm kind of curious about. I want to ask him about the walls on the outside being, you know, seems like he's the guy to ask.
Yeah. Anyone else want to ask Revert about anything?
I don't think particularly, no.
Okay. Abe?
I don't think so.
All right. Grabthar? Oh, wait, that's right.
I snore a bit when you say my name.
So, do you have anything particular you want to ask him about? All right, I think we're settled.
Does he have his
Anything-
own?
Don't think
Like-
so.
Does he have like a palace or something?
We're standing in it, I think. I don't know.
This is it right here.
Probably.
Oh I forgot to draw my castle on my map.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have to make an edit.
Whatever, you guys all know what's there.
Is there any intriguing questions Abe would want to ask?
To revert,
To our family.
do I need to know anything?
Anything that may have sparked your interest from things you've learned, things your party's learned, things that your goals you could help yourself along?
I
Oh,
think
he's a
Ben
big
really
fan.
wants you to ask him a question.
You could. I mean, I'm not telling you you have to.
He's a big fan of metallurgy. Maybe he knows a good amount about
Look deep
ice
within your
crystals.
heart and within your notes.
Maybe he knows where we can find some ice crystals.
I guess I'll ask him some questions.
I'm asking him ice crystals, dude.
I got this map here. No, or a painting. Got this painting here
Painting of a map?
of a painting.
Seems quite redundant.
And I'm just gonna take it out and be like, I'm curious, have you seen this place around here? And I'll show him the painting.
What does this
Um,
painting look like?
It's the painting that he got commissioned by the Shaka in Estonia way back
Oh,
when, of the vision that he had outlooking sort of like a coastline behind bars that he had when he was able to see through his mother's eyes for a short time.
okay. Oh, that's a lovely painting.
Maybe he knows about. I mean, maybe he knows more about these connections than we think. Like, maybe he knows about like the spirit energy shit. He's a smart guy.
Tell him about the road.
Maybe.
Ask him about the road. Maybe ask him about the road. Maybe see. That's a good question. What have you done to keep baddies out? How do you keep the road from roading it up, dude?
May I ask about his Kremkoi's relationships with other cities such as Tarragon and Bolani, if they're good or not.
So have you seen this place, Revert?
You guys aren't there yet, but
Oh.
you guys are just
He's just
brainstorming
practicing what he's
questions.
gonna say.
Okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to come off as nervous.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it.
And is everybody content with the questions?
Content.
Gordon's content.
Grobthar snores loudly.
I'll play some piano very terribly.
Cool. Shen, you good with that?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Some time goes by then as the piano's played and we're over some chess that's being played against each other as well. As the time goes by, some chess is played, the wheelchair is brought with some sort of fruit basket of goodies in it with a note.
Look at the note.
The note says, "My dearest apologies. I do not know why, but any sort of form of communication I have to you has been revoked, and I have not had this for anyone, even my clients. This is concerning to me. I hope you haven't gotten in over your head. If you do need to reach me, I have some correspondence at the front gate that you can ask my name to. Just tell them that you were a old worker of mine. Signed, Mr. Thorley."
This note's from Mr. Groot. We're gonna hand it over to Shen because he knows about Mr. Groot.
Well, thank you so much. I'm surprised to get another note. Ben, would you mind sending me the text from it?
Oh, I just made that up. I'll write that out later.
Ben, I asked this last time. You should have expected it. Okay.
We must
well,
keep the lore.
In the meantime, I'll take and read the note. But I have nothing else to do other than that if you guys want to continue.
Seems like he's got something to say to you. Either that or he's like, hey, be my slave, bitch.
Oh, and he put it that way.
I'll go be a slave, whatever.
Like that's kind of what that note screams to me. It's like one of the two. It's like, hey, be my slave, bitch. Or, hey, be my friend.
You don't know him like I do.
I'm gonna take a piece of banana off the carton and eat it.
It's very ripe and is great.
Oh, guys, this banana is it's so good.
Is it so ripe and great?
Don't spoil your
I feel
appetite, man.
I feel my potassium levels rising. Sorry, I just need a little bit of energy, a little pick me up before dinner.
Checkmate. Win again. Suck it, Dane.
Damn it! How do you keep fucking doing that?
He invented this game. Of course he wins.
Hate the player, not the game. Or the other.
I thought
the other way.
Kremquay was with a K and Quay was Quay.
That's how I've been writing it. I think it is with a K.
It
Now that I
is.
think about it. Yeah.
Cream Q.
There's a book that I
Korean
read
Q.
that has creme as one of the words. And
Creme
it's
de la
spelled
creme.
CREM. Creme. CREM. That's why I do that. I was just, yeah.
Wow, I spelled his last name right without even looking it up. Nice.
Ooh, no.
There. That's the gist of it.
Oh my
All
god,
right.
that's loud.
All right, so you guys head over with the. What do you guys do anything before you guys head over? I suppose, or converse about anything.
No, just passing time till we can talk with Mr. Revert.
Okay. Sounds good.
That's why
So
they call it.
the time goes by. Yeah, that's why they call it Revertium. All right. they you guys kind of load Grobthar on the wheelchair and head over and to a cart where you are carted to one of the upper parts of the castle in a large grand hall where there is a feast in front of you prepared. Many constructs are standing to the left and right upon your arrival with a sort of towel draped over their arm at their side and dressed up nicely as three on either side and a long table, and at the end sits a very short creature because he is a gnome about the size of Gordon, and with sort of a mechanical headset on with various different boggles and things sticking out of it, a magnifying glass and all sorts of odds and ends for tinkering, as he is sat at the end of the table pouring himself some white wine at the end of the table as you guys enter, carting in Grobthar.
Don't worry about him. He is perfectly fine.
I hope
will-
so.
Pay no attention to the half orc sleeping.
He's completely awake. I assure you.
Sunglasses.
He's writing all this down.
There's like a pulley set up above him. You pull on a string and his arm moves up and down.
That would be something.
I'll stand directly behind Gordon.
So you're probably
Please
wondering
have a seat.
why we summoned you here today.
Oh, man, I'll wheel Grobthar up to a spot, like in the corner, on the table, but like
Yeah,
away from Revert, and then I'll take a seat right next to him.
He goes, and don't worry, it's not just for show. You can eat it too. And he kind of snaps his fingers, and plates are put in front of you by the constructs.
I will remain standing behind Gordon.
Okay.
So how you been since we last talked?
Oh, it has been quite a busy time, as I'm sure you know. Um, Lots of new citizens, as well as developments in the city, and some things have went quiet, others have grown loud. But I won't get into politics unless you're curious. How have you guys been in your search for this cancer that plagues the city?
We're unfortunately unsuccessful in the mine.
Oh,
At
yes.
least kind of successful. We found a bunch of people who are very possibly vampires.
you think so?
Yeah, we were having the guards check out all the humans' teeth, and then like 30 or 40 of them all mined in the same area to try and create a lava flow, so that way they could be like free of getting their teeth checked for vampirism. So like, I would assume there's more than what we thought down there.
Well, that would explain what Nostra's up to for the last
Yeah,
couple days.
I was gonna say Nostro went to check it out if I remember.
Yes, we're not exactly a cohesive unit, but we work well together. But rest assured, they are running a very in-depth investigation over there.
I bet they are. Sir.
So I'm sure this wasn't just for more than a friendly checkup. I'm sure you guys have some sort of news or questions.
Oh yes, we have quite a handful. Um, I guess I'll start. Um, so we're going around this place. We know that it's pretty much made of all reverdium, and we were kind of wondering if we would be able to get some reverdium and use it for better gear, mainly for these two. And I point at Tam and Grabthar.
He kind of looks and contemplates for a little bit and goes, although this would be beneficial, it seems that there is a misunderstanding of the metal. It's more for why waste it for something where iron could do just as well? It's much too valuable of a resource, you see.
Okay, so it'd mainly just be for like decoration if we were to use it, not like any other
Well,
extra.
decoration was be dismissal of its properties. It's more of a how do I describe? It's great for making things with, and is very nice for enchanting. It's easily enchantable
Okay.
compared to most other metals. It seems to be amplified when enchanted, sort of thing. Thus, the constructs are able to be made out of this.
Ah, gotcha. So would we be able to get some for us two? And I'd point at one to myself, one up to Dane. He's been interested in doing some tinkering as well.
Robot thinkers. We have quite a lot of those in the town, believe it or not. But and how much experience do you have?
Him like jack shit.
Well, that would be
I pull
unfortunate.
up my book.
He's got the beginner's book.
You can someplace to start, I suppose.
Yep.
Well, what would you be looking for exactly?
I'm just gonna look up at Dane. What do you want to do with it?
Learn how to take care of myself so that I don't have to rely on just you. Not that
See,
I don't
that's
not yeah, Dad, don't take this the wrong way, but you
Are
know
you saying you don't want my help?
what if you're dead? And it's like, oh shit, I'm out of luck.
If
You know
I'm
what I
dead, then
mean?
you're probably dead too.
I doubt that. You're old. You're gonna die pretty soon.
see, that is the tricky part because although you might have the capacity to learn such things, it takes somebody else to actually repair yourself completely, and that is the caveat of this sort of predicament. But if you were to come across another friend in need of these repairs, you could probably administer these on them. If you gained this sort of knowledge.
Okay. And also going off that point of repairing him, I also kind of need like a more in-depth crash course on how exactly to repair and whatnot. So, because obviously I didn't do the greatest job of making him, and I want to make sure I'm able to get him better in the future for if I want to like upgrade him and whatnot.
Oh, you should have seen my first designs. They were tragic. But yes, they're understandable for sure. We could do that afterwards if you like.
Sounds good. And one other thing I want to ask you about him is, so when we were in the mines, he told us that he was basically being reset every day, and uh, it's weird because when they were doing their daily maintenance and everything, I looked through, like I watched them do it. They didn't do any resetting or anything of that sort. So something is happening in the specifically the robot mine that was making him be reset, basically making him forget a lot of stuff about the previous day.
That is interesting. I can take a look at it afterwards. All of the constructs have a memory sort of visual that I can look at through their experiences. I would just need to take a look.
Okay.
Make them give me my staff back.
Are you saying this to who?
To revert. They have my staff in a vault. I'd
Uh,
really like it back.
From what I am told, Nostro is quite against that. He thinks that that is a world-ending artifact or something along that line. So, while you guys are still under our employment and in our city, I do not want you to possess the ability to destroy it in seconds.
Or I could use it to help you
Destroy the
with your
vampires.
with your problem.
Oh, so do you know how to use this relic of the past?
Well, I believe I'm one of the few people who are qualified to use it.
Interesting. I know nothing about this. Well, not much at the very least about the artifacts. From what I am told, it is quite an old magic.
Yes, it is.
But the old magic is something that I am researching at the moment. So
Would you be
maybe
willing
it
to
is
share?
something. Share
I'm also a student.
what?
Your findings.
Oh, I
old
have
magic.
lots of findings. I have a whole building for the findings. A whole sort of constructs and gnomes and everybody researching and bringing to me what they find. But it is very this old magic is quite unstable. At least the ones that's not procured into these sort of relics of the past. It's it's a whole ordeal, and it is not a. It's something I'm becoming more familiar with myself. It's not something I'm that aware of at the moment.
Okay.
But it is quite powerful. I can tell you that. Just so we're on the same page, a lot of this has cost attributed to it, and although it does give quite lots of power, it sometimes requires some sort of what's the word? Some sort of give. Most spells nowadays are just spell components. This is much more well, depending on how badly you cast it or something along those lines, or take the risk, it can be quite destructive on yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've already destroyed my entire body once.
But you managed to retain the part that matters.
If you say my heart, I'm gonna break something.
No, silly, your soul.
Your value of friendship.
Your being.
Mm.
Bodies are temporary.
Wakanda is forever.
Make
I
me a
was
perception
gonna
check.
say that. That's 9.
Well, as you are not sitting and you're kind of talking to him, and Gordon's at the kind of end of the table, you can kind of look over at him and you see that he has robotic legs.
Neat. Nice legs.
Yes, there's consequences from actions, I suppose.
I'm right there with you, brother.
Yes, unfortunate circumstances for sure.
Hey, so is it like possible to put my soul back in my body? Can you do that?
That is beyond my imagination. This crystal and the power in it is not something I am. Well, I've dabbled, but nothing to that sort of level. It is something not in my power at the very least. I am much more of the mechanical side of things and hooking up the magic to the things that are functional in the world.
Okay.
The
But you
magical
think
parts come from Nostro, if you want to ask him about that sort of thing.
okay. But you can't get my staff back.
I could, but I am erring against it at the moment. On your way out, I will hand it to you.
On my way out of the castle?
When you're done with the agreement, of course.
Fine. Someone else go, I guess.
I just have one last thing I want to ask you about, mainly about Kremquay in general. Do you, are you guys more secluded, or do you have like allies or enemies that we should be aware of?
We are primarily secluded. As you remember, Kremquay was very much keep to themselves, do it themselves sort of mentality, and that
Yes.
hasn't really changed. Now it's more of do it the best you can instead of all that other stuff. But the keep it to yourselves has been pretty much a staple for the town.
Okay.
Also, with a lot of the people turning into constructs, it is very difficult to maintain in other cities, so they stay here for the maintenance,
Gotcha.
as the rest of the world is not intellectual enough to understand what is going on here.
Oh, of course not. Only true masterminds know what's happening here.
Oh, yes.
That's a good point. If Dane here were to leave this city with us, would we need Revertium to repair him? Or
Not unless he was substantially damaged.
okay. And if that happened, then we'd have to come back and get him fixed.
Yes, but like I said, Gordon has access to the Revertium.
Okay, understood. I was actually curious. You've been around for a long time. Have you ever seen people with swords like this? And I'll show him the heron on the blade hilt.
He goes, it might be a surprise to you, but I was not a social type back in my day, and I kind of kept to myself, not really going about much, and we didn't have much travelers, as far as I heard, in this town before, so
It was a long shot, really. I just talked to a robot bartender earlier today who said they did.
Hmm.
They
interesting.
they use some other metal too. How much do you know about metals and other kinds of metals or materials besides revertium? That seems
Well,
like you're.
I know quite a bit, but revertium is indeed my expertise.
I'll pass him. I'll pass him the hilt and show him the metal. Have you ever seen something that looks like this?
He goes, "This is fine. It looks quite a lot like silver."
I don't. You know what? I was told it's not silver by a blacksmith when I asked him about it.
He looks at it a little more. He goes, "Ah, yes, no, it is definitely not silver. There's um things in it. Is not as refined as silver."
But you don't know anything about it? No leads?
Not that I am familiar with. No.
Okay. Thank you. I had one more question then. Uh, we we are going to find ice crystals for someone in the city. They asked if we could fetch them for them. Do you know where we could find them or how best to go about that?
I do not know of ice crystals. These things you speak of.
Me neither, sadly.
But
They
if
look like
they,
slushy ice, but they're crystals.
well, I do not. I'm not familiar with these crystals, but there are many abandoned mines in that area.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you
Thanks.
very much.
But I'd
my
be
name.
weary of the things that are in the mountains. There are quite a
Like
bit
what?
of, well, you name it. The creatures that live there, the mystical beings that are rumored to be over there, and just people going missing. There's a lot of things that can go wrong up there. I'd be careful.
Trust me, I know all about that. Um, is there a name for that mountain range, by any chance?
We've
Because I
just
think
we've just call it the northwest mountains.
well, we've been calling them the Kadarian Mountains. I
Okay.
just wanted to throw that out there. If you ever needed a name for it, that's what we've been.
That's what we're
calling
going to
them.
be calling it.
We will see how it sticks.
All right, thank you.
His blood was spilled in
Um,
there and everything.
my name's Tam, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Ah, I am familiar. Thank you. I have met all of you, but you didn't meet me. You were very not awake.
That makes perfectly sense. I always think it's important to introduce myself, so hello.
Delightful. But there is a new face here. As he turns over to Abe.
Hey, revert, right?
Yes.
So I have a question.
Delightful. Aren't you guys full of them?
Mm-hmm. Have you seen this place? And then I'll take out the map then, the painting.
You pull it out, and he goes, "Well, from my experience up here, it's very icy and cold. If you go to the east, it is more cobblestone and mossy. So it is not north or east of here.
It's not north and it's not east of here.
At
So
least not
it's
within a close distance.
That
There
is
is a river.
southwest.
My best guess would be that there is a port town on the other side of the mountains, or so I'm told, that has some sort of sandy beaches similar to the painting shown. You could look down there. It's called.
Where was that again?
It is called Port Badarana.
Oh yes, that's to the west, I believe. Right?
Yes.
Thanks, revert.
I did actually have one more question. Or well, two more. I'm sorry
Now
for
that I
being
think
the
about it.
question guy. I was actually up top in the tall tavern, the Peaks Tavern. You might have heard of it.
Ah, yes, we had that recommissioned. Used to be
Yeah.
a popular place.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. Is that your work?
All
Or
of it is my design.
well, that's wonderful. You are a genius. It's beautiful from up there.
Oh, you is amazing.
I was just curious why the walls were bending inwards towards the city instead of outwards away from the city. I always thought it should be like that, so that way someone couldn't put ladders up against the walls and
See, the
storm. Is
wall is multi-purpose. It serves for defense from the outside, but it had also had a, how do I say, scrapped idea for the city. It had a bigger picture around it, but the idea was scrapped.
you were gonna make this whole city a freaking dome or something like that?
Thought about it.
That's really cool, and that would be very defensive.
That's
Yes.
the perfect place for a dome you put underwater.
Uh, I'm sorry. I'm just a nerd about this sort of thing. I
Of course,
guess.
of course.
Uh, and then one more question. We spent some time looking around the city today, and it didn't seem like there was too much like um, criminal activity going around. And even in the mines, it didn't seem like they were criminals. They seemed more like they knew their job and they were doing their time. I was just wondering. I've had a couple run-ins with an organization called The Road. They're like an underground thieves guild network. And I was
Yes.
just wondering how you keep something like that out of your city. If you
Well,
were
the
from
first step is
Arizona.
these walls. Like I said, they serve for multi-purposes. So the walls keep them out, and if they do manage to get in, well, we have memories of the robots we can look back on for reference and use against them. We do have a court system to make sure that we do not just wrongly accuse people because we are just here. But we also do frown upon that sort of thing, seeing as it was part of the resistance to the revolution back in the day.
Fun. Thank you for your answers to my questions. I think that's all I had. If anyone else, do you have any questions for us?
I think we're good. I know I asked all my questions.
He kind of looks at you guys and goes, "Well, I was wondering what progress you have made and what you've found about this cancer that plagues the city. If you've found some sort of root or some sort of localization of it. Seems to have gone quiet, and this is concerning."
Well, while we're in the mines, I did get something from another gnome that was in there, and I'm gonna pull out the cloth. I got this in there from another gnome. His name escapes me, but I'll remember it, and I'll tell you. He told me to go to the northeast part of town, and as we saw when we were on top of the tavern, it was kind of not great. It was like the old creme coe.
He kind of looks at the cloth and kind of ponders for a little bit and goes, "Northeast, you say?" Without making eye contact with you, just looking at the cloth that you have unraveled in front of him.
That's correct.
Interesting. Just says this and sits and thinks for a little bit. He goes, "What do you plan to do with this information?"
We're gonna go there and check it out.
"Delightful. I might do some investigating of my own. There has been issues that area has caused for a long time, and I might finally revoke their right to their old way of life if they continue to be a nuisance."
Well, do you want us to investigate anything over there while we're at it?
"Whatever you may find. anything related to this cancer that plagues the city, I would be very, very appreciative if you find anything about that.
Okay.
But I will send my own constituents for my own research purposes.
Okay. Sounds good.
Can't have too much information after all.
Oh, yes. Know what they say. Information is the greatest currency.
But besides that, I do have an exciting project coming to a close soon, and hopefully it is sooner than later. I'd be very interested to show you guys and excited to show you when it comes to conclusion. But I do not want to spoil the surprise, of course.
Of
But,
course, I love surprises.
That's assuming all goes well, of course. It is a quite complex project. Many workings. Old magic combined with Revertium is not necessarily always predictable.
Okay.
Yes. It is true.
I guess one last thing for me. Do you know when I'd be able to get my box back?
Ah, your box has been a very strong component in my workings at the moment. I am borrowing it for the meantime. I working on the last steps of my project with it. It's very much helped the production.
I'm glad to hear
I
that.
can return it in a bit, but in the meantime, I'm going to work with it. Don't worry though, it is very safe, and it shall be returned upon completion of your ridding the city of the cancer.
No worries. I'd be worried if it was in anyone else's hands.
He nods and gives a smile. Good, good. It is being put to good use.
Oh, I know of that.
Delightful.
Okay, I'm gonna turn to the rest of the group. Like, anyone else got a question?
Thank you for
What's
your
your
time.
favorite color?
Well, Verdium, of course.
Revertium is a color.
The color of Verdium, yes.
Okay.
Mine is the color of money.
Okay, Revert. Okay.
All right. Well then, enjoy. This feast has been procured by the robots themselves in a very delicate and precise manner. As you see, a wide spread of steaks, vegetables, fruits, um, turkeys, roasts, everything just in front of you and lined. Silver platters. Revertium table and chairs, though, of course.
Only the finest cedary.
As the meal comes to a close, he takes Day and you down to a workshop, which is just a little bit down the hallway from the room that you guys were in. He hooks Dane up to something similar that was in the mine, and kind of hooks a cord up to the back of his chest after removing the plate in front of it. And suddenly Dane's eyes start to gloss over, and you see that on some sort of tablet that seems to be affixed to a wall. You see in fast forward all the experiences that you've had with Dane, D4 and 3 up to this point, kind of like speed by in a very rapid fashion, and then comes to a very big halt, and then starts again after you guys are leaving the mines. And he goes, "That's odd. It's not supposed to be like that. This is not intended."
What's not supposed to be like this?
Dane is moaning. Uh,
Hey,
That's all.
dude, save it for your pillow, man.
He goes, the D4 and 3 seems to be fine, but I do not know why his memories are not here.
So it's got to be something in that mind then.
It would appear so.
Wait, are you saying it's me?
It's all your fault.
Maybe. It is not anything wrong with your hardware internally or externally. Something was done to you to not remember that. But it was nothing of the things that I have employed them to do down there.
Well, you need to send some of your best men down there.
Does this
Figure out what
happen?
the fuck is going on with that
Gotta
repair machine,
Gotta
the
tell
maintenance
Nostro.
machine. That's what wiped my brain.
Is
We have
the ma-
Nostro investigating many things down there at the moment.
Tell Nostro to tell the robots.
Yeah, tell Nostro to bring his best men too.
I will inform the robots as he kind of walks over to another panel, kind of like draws some glyphs into a stone also affixed to a wall, and suddenly you see like some words flash and then anyways, was there anything else you were wanting? Anything else that may aid you in the meantime?
Is there a way for me to do that to access his memories and stuff, in case I ever need to?
Well, you'd need a station like this. This is very delicate equipment, and we only have it in very few places. This being one of the 3, I believe.
Do you know where the other 2 are?
One is in the research facility that I have made and for with the old magic so that I can review the things that they encounter, said if said magic goes poorly. And the other one is just outside of the creation chamber that I have to make sure that this function is functional when I create them.
Okay.
Make sure his function is functional.
I don't suppose you don't have like an extra storage unit or jetpack laying around that you could have fixed to my body and show Gordon how to do upgrades?
Upgrades are completely on the wielder. I try to keep everything uniform as it is easier to repair it that way.
So you don't have any extra storage spaces or a jetpack.
Gordon just has
I
to
did not say that.
tinker with Dane.
Well,
Figure it
I'm gonna
out.
have
could
to
you
tinker
maybe
with
show
the
Gordon
stinker.
how to do that and then just let me have it? Because you don't, because I can't have my staff. I need something to replace it.
You have your entire team. You should be fine.
Yeah, but I'm a skinny little twink over here.
Yeah.
I think what he means is he would like to defend himself in case the need arises.
Abe,
From what
Yeah.
I've been told, he seems to be quite capable of spellcasting. Not
Yeah,
in need
Well, I
of
was
these
also
sort
very
of...
recently murdered, so
Yes.
there's that.
Well, you did happen upon Nostro, so...
Yeah, I don't want to get murdered again.
Well, don't fight Nostro.
hey, dude.
Don't tell me what to do.
Then you shall die.
Again?
Say about that. Well, Gordon, I guess you're just gonna have to come up with a new storage unit for me.
Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
Or a jetpack.
Hey, if I can figure out how to put a jetpack on you, that's the first thing I'm doing. Because I want to fly on your back.
Well, like I said, the most brightest minds get employed by me here. That is why the tinkering is such a big deal. Once you get employed by me, you get full benefits and full pay and feasts and are treated
Dental?
very well. Full room and board are paid for.
And dental.
And dental, yes, of course.
You need that robot dental.
But they are all located in the research facility. That is
Would you
where
m-
all of my research is being done.
Would you match my 401k?
Can you help me set up a Roth IRA?
Do you have any books that I can read for a beginning tinkerer?
That one should do just nicely. For now.
But what
After
about
that, though-
intermediate?
Well, then we can have a different conversation once you complete that one.
Well, okay.
You have to do your You have to do your test to prove that you're good enough to move on to intermediate.
You have to get your associates in tinkering first.
All right. Well, I'm taking this cup then. I can't drink anything, but I'm taking this cup.
No, that's my special cup.
No, you can't take it.
That's my Star Wars glass.
It says world's best dad. Boy, you're not a dad. Or are you?
I was daddy all along. Okay, can you unhook me now?
Well, of course. And he brings you down off the.
Does this happen with other robots in the mines? Is that something you know you can like check?
I could. It is not something I am aware of, no.
Wow.
What about like a mobile piano? Do
Dang.
you have one of those?
We have all sorts of fine antiquities here.
Like a keytar?
Could you outfit me with a mobile piano?
Like I said, any additions to the standard form would be done by the maker.
Well, looks like I'm putting a piano on you.
Okay, we need a year of downtime so we can get
Yeah.
Dane.
Oh man, if I
I can
can
have a
make
grand piano.
if I can make a piano that also doubles as a sword, and you can have it on your back.
Okay, I'll multi-class into fighter just for it.
Alright, well, if you don't have any other questions, I should be on my way. I have some other pressing matters I need to see to.
Yep, no, that's all for
Thank you
us.
for your time.
We'll be heading out.
Delightful. Good luck and be hasteful.
Maybe next time we come in, you have a jetpack ready. Bye.
Needs leaves out the door.
Big fella Scotty.
Man, he
with
wouldn't
the
get me
jetpack.
anything.
Can't even get a
Dude,
boat.
Gordon made you. He's the only one who can put a jetpack on you, man.
Yeah,
I
but
made you,
I mean,
which
doesn't
means
mean
I can
can't-
break you.
Doesn't mean he can't just get a jetpack and put it on.
No, it's not fit the same way. He has a different manufacturing style than Gordon.
He uses hex bolts instead of Phillips screws.
There you go.
Those are annoying.
Yeah.
Alright. The day goes by. Grobthar is still unconscious inside of his wheelchair.
Mother.
As
That's
you
like
guys
the-
are
Guy.
carted back to your chambers for the night.
Play Piano Man.
You guys want to go check out that one part of the city now? Nighttime the best time? I'm sure Grobthar will wake up. I'll be the wheelman.
Should we really be
Or
driving an
or-
unconscious half orc through the most dangerous part of town?
he'll be fine. He says it all the time.
It's more like a convoy mission.
Bad
We'd need to prep for that.
GTA where you have to make sure that someone doesn't get attacked.
Oh yeah.
Nothing worse than that.
All you had to do
Or we
was
could just
push the
wait another
damn
day.
wheelchair, CJ.
It's not like we're on a timer or anything, right, Abe? Nudge him a little bit.
It's like we're gonna explode if we don't get it in time.
I do think that this vampire thing is more pressing than this ice crystal thing. But maybe I'm dead wrong.
How far a journey is this place we're going?
What place are you going?
This-
Mountains.
The mountains that to the vampire thing.
Do you think
Well,
I
if you
could-
look on the map, it's quite a long range of mountains. There's a lot of depending on where you go or where you head. Could be a long time, could be a short time. From the city, it's to the base of the mountains. It's probably 4 hours. Not that bad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, not so bad.
But the
But
mountains
are-
themselves are quite like vast. They take up a lot of space.
I just thought about something
As mountains
actually.
typically do.
If we just tried to go to the mountains, our buddies that sort of like assist us probably will be like, "What the fuck are you trying to do?" You know, they'll probably be like, "Hey, what you doing?" You know?
Oh, they're gonna ask why we're going there.
Yeah, I would assume our guardians, who would be like, "Yeah, you can't just leave the city."
Well,
We'll
I'm
be
sure
like,
they would. I'm sure they would know why we're going there because we told them.
yeah, I mean, we can just tell them it's a part of our task. That seems to have worked so far.
I just think that's why we need to be quick about figuring out this problem, so that way we can get to that problem, because that problem's very important. I just don't think these people will let us go deal with it. And
Yes,
it's
for
probably
sure.
a
We
good
need,
idea.
we need to take care of this vampire problem first.
Probably a good idea to ask, because I wouldn't want to make an ass out of you and me. But yeah, I feel like dealing with the problem here, you know, the inevitable riot might be something to deal with.
Yeah, for sure. So what are we going to do in the meantime? Are we going to go to the?
Serious? I think we can just go down there right now. I think Grabthar will be fine. He'll wake up. Right?
How confident are you that he's going to wake up? Because the whole point.
I see
of
Gordon
us
do this
were-
with like, wake up.
Cause the whole
Oh, yeah.
point of us going there was to go there together, preferably
No.
all conscious.
You know, I'm pretty on the fence about it.
No, I don't know
About
why
how-
you would say that.
About if he's gonna wake up or not. But even if he doesn't, man, I feel like he'd at least be there with us. You know?
And I guess if we get into a fight or whatever, he usually goes unconscious anyway. So it's not gonna say
We
anything
just-
different.
We just throw him in front of someone and they start wailing on him.
No, we just push him in front of a moving car. Oh my god, you hit it! You killed him! And then we get a huge settlement from it.
Wait. Last night, this morning, you said something, Shen, that had to do with Grobthar. You think
Yeah.
this is what that is referring to?
Well, what it said was that we don't know it's him. So if we don't know what identity he could possibly be, I mean, there's no
We
room
don't know
for
Grobthar
conjecture.
is not Grobthar.
We just know that he's somebody. We don't know what. So it's just like a wait until we find out kind of thing, I suppose. That's why we got his consent to kill him earlier.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Good to ask consent.
Always get consent, kids.
Yeah. So. Yeah. What if he's in like some sort of dream state right now? What if it's? Let me see if I can.
I could
remember.
feed his unconscious body a potion.
I'm just saying that of course they haven't got there. No, they haven't met him yet. No, far enough. No, but it's Grobthar. Of course they don't know it. That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Unfortunately, I rolled bad when I was trying to decipher what was being said, so that's it could have been better, but that's the best I've got.
Oh man, I hope Grabthar's not having an eternal struggle or an internal struggle with some sort of
With this
mythical
well-being.
The
being.
eternal struggle would be pretty bad too.
An
Eternal.
ethereal struggle would also be pretty bad.
I hope he's not having any kind of struggle between
Any
something.
abnormal
Well,
kind
I
of
mean, it seems
struggle.
like his
Yeah.
whole life's been a
He's
struggle.
allowed to have a normal one.
Like maybe he's phasing off with a face eater or something right now, and that's why he's really just like
He's battling his own inner demons.
yeah, he's really just like in the thick of it, trying to survive for his fight for his life.
What we have to do, we have to become spirits and go inside his body to figure out what's up. And fight the
It's like
inner demons
Inception.
out of him.
Okay.
Are you saying a field trip with the Frizz?
Oh no, I knew I should have stayed home today.
I was thinking more return to phantoms and take over his body, but that works too.
Okay, so who votes we go? Who votes we stay for the night? I vote we go.
I'd like to sleep.
I
think
I
I wanna
vote
make
we
it for
sleep
Grabthar would be
too.
good
I
too.
want all of us conscious
Same.
and awake.
Okay.
I'm all for going there at night. Maybe tomorrow night.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to discuss before the night comes to a close? So you guys head to your quarters for the evening.
Nothing important. It would just be random bullshit anyways.
Delightful.
I want to ask Dane. So what do you want to get on you first?
What do I what?
Some bitches.
Oh, he's asking Dane.
I don't know if I can just make you bitches.
Give me another robot bit. Storage would be good.
Give you a nice dump truck of an ass for storage.
Yeah. Give me a nice boot.
Well, what are you planning to store?
What you doing with all that junk? All that junk in the
Porn.
trunk?
Oh, some
I
nice
don't know.
robo porn?
I just don't want to carry around a backpack if I have space to put stuff in my body, you know?
Oh man.
I gotcha.
So you can make the joke that everything you get goes right to your ass.
Yeah. Like a big chest compartment or belly compartment or ass compartment or all three.
Oh, it's going straight on your ass. That's no
Okay.
debate.
Why do you just toy with my personal body? So,
Because I am your creator, I can do whatever I want to you.
I brought you into this world. Don't make me take you out of it.
Well,
Don't make
Yeah.
Jake God.
I will I will change your gender on you, son.
I'm gonna need a bigger cloak.
your ass just hangs up. Oh man.
Is that Elastigirl?
Oh man, and then you get a jetpack and it just burns the fuck out of your ass.
Yeah.
If anything, it'd be like Iron Man rockets. I'm not giving you a jetpack. That seems kind of counterintuitive.
Oh, you think you're better than Revert? First
Well,
of
yeah,
all, it
Revert
seems
Well,
likes
like
if I can build him some rockets so he can fly around like Iron Man, then yeah, I would think I'm better than him.
Uncle Revert has jetpacks. What do you have?
Uncle Revert.
I have chess. I got this chessboard.
Pretty neat. It's $10. Cost me 30 to make it. All right. The night comes to a close as you guys fall asleep once again.
I'm playing piano.
The morning comes as you are one by one waking up, and you are notified by a robot as he comes in saying, "The breakfast amenities are across the hall."
I go check on Grabthar. Is
He
awake?
is passed the fuck out.
Can someone mimic Ruth's voice?
Yeah, it'll make him sleep harder.
Plus, he doesn't
Nah,
care
that'll-
about her anyways.
Exactly. That'll make him wake up at the sheer grating of it.
I poke him really hard.
All right, Grabthar.
Firmly grasp it.
Roll me a d20.
You poke your finger through his
11.
chest.
Cool. You poke him, and he appears to not move. Besides the squish of your finger going into him.
Hey, Mr. Roboto. Can I get a big tub of water?
Goes, yes, I could be right back. And he comes back with a tub of water.
Can I get some mayonnaise?
Take his head
The
and
classic.
dunk it.
All right. You dunk him. Grabthar, roll me a percentile real quick.
72.
Delightful.
He starts burning. It feels like acid to him. Oh no!
Oh shit! I didn't ask for running water.
He appears to just be very wet and asleep now.
Oh my god, dude. He's not waking up. Nothing will wake him up.
I mean, I could slap him with my monk fists.
Do it.
Do you hear me getting my dice out? Wait, what kind of roll would? Oh, it's a natural 20.
Chop off
Man, you love hitting Grabthar.
Shen used wake up slap.
Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
if you nat 20, it might as well have been Dream Eater.
Roll damage.
Right. I think that's a d6 plus my something. Fuck, I can't even remember. This has been so long since I've done damage to
Sure.
something.
Plus your dexterity.
Okay. So 7 damage.
It's a crit, so you double dice.
Oh, yes. So plus 4 more.
Delightful. You
All the
do
slap.
11 damage to an unconscious Grabthar. Just clocking him into the side of the face. You wind up.
Just beating a dead body.
Well, Evan has returned. So, Evan, what you missed is Shen wound up to wake Grabthar up. Closed fist clocks him in the face, crits, and leaves a nice chunky bruise on the side of his head.
On a nice wet Grabthar.
A
Now
nice
we
wet
have-
Grabthar.
Cam poured water on him.
So, Grabthar, I'm gonna have to ask you to once again roll a percentile for me.
Now when he wakes up, we
44.
can just tell him he got knocked out.
Yeah, he fell in a river. Like, it was weird.
You now have a bruise on the side of your head, probably about the size of a baseball. Seems to be protruding from your head, swollen, more than likely. But you are still asleep.
I'll moan 5 more minutes.
He's just reaching for his snooze button.
I'll punch him again.
And this is how Grobthar rolled a new character.
I just beat him to death in his sleep.
I'll try something. I'm going to pinch his nose and put my hand over his mouth. Not for a long
Okay.
time.
I was gonna say, how long do you do this for?
Just like 10 seconds.
All right. 10 seconds go by.
Just enough not to kill him.
Are you asleep now? Wake up, Grobby.
He
We've got
doesn't
things to
appear-
do.
Doesn't appear to come any more lively than he was.
Do we need to find someone who can wake this motherfucker up? What's the fantasy of smelling salts?
Smelling pepper.
Remind me how he fell asleep in the first place.
That would be a question. You guys have seen him asleep since he's been with Abe.
Yeah, Abe, so what the fuck happened to him?
Yeah, this is a result of the prayer to try to get his memories back.
What kind of prayers are you people doing?
I mean, the good kind.
Doesn't
Does,
seem like
does it look that good?
Did you coerce him to pray even though he didn't want to pray? Maybe
Did you
Thanks,
ignore
Matt,
the
the
kinda.
bacon side of a book.
What if this is Dragon Jesus smiting him for not worshiping him the right way?
You know, that's possible.
Maybe his brain is just conflicted about how he doesn't want to pray, but he prayed anyways, and he just the one side has to win before he comes alive.
In this time, I've asked a guard for a ghost pepper, and I'm now cutting it up and getting ready to put it in Grabthar's mouth.
Okay. They don't have ghost peppers, but they do have really spicy peppers there. That you acquire and are cutting up.
They have a Tarragon Reaper.
Gordon, sure, a Tarragon Reaper. The good old Okavanos Thicket Destroyer. I don't know. Gordon, you look over and realize this pepper from your days of cooking and from the lessons you had in Estonia, and realize this is a very hot pepper Evan found out of seemingly nowhere. Or D4
Ooh,
and 3.
Evan!
D4 and 3.
I
has
don't
found
know
this
such
thing
man.
nowhere.
Son, where'd you get that?
I found it.
It's a knife!
Where'd you find it?
The guard gave it for me. Got it for me.
Why?
Because I asked for it.
Why?
I want to put it in Grabthar's eyes.
Wha- Why?
To wake him up.
When I was flashed, that hurt me.
Now, how would you suppose that this would be a
Dude.
good idea?
He's gonna wake up blind if he does wake up.
Fine. I'll just put it in his mouth and ass.
Okay, fine. Perfect. I don't see anything wrong with that. You're gonna wait. What? You're
He's gonna have trouble talking. Just put it in his ass.
What are you
Volcano
gonna,
Los Dos.
are you gonna do it yourself?
I mean, it's not gonna hurt me, and I rub it on my glass eyeballs.
Oh, dude.
And I open his mouth and I put a little slice in. And close it.
Alright, well, so roll me a D100 real quick.
41.
Wow, it's really close to your last one. Yeah, so Grabthar sits there and does nothing as you insert this slice of extremely hot pepper into his mouth, as you see his mouth, like, sort of water over, but not anything more than a reaction to it.
Dude.
What if he's just been conscious this entire time?
And
Dude,
he's just
Gra-
being a dick.
I would
Grab
say he's
size.
got a sixth sense of humor, but I don't think he's capable of having a sense of humor.
Dude, he's a badass. If he could do that.
What if he's just paralyzed though?
Oh, you didn't paralyze him, Abe, did you?
Did I beat a person with a disability?
That's a
I
federal
mean, he
crime.
has
to go to
memory
jail.
loss.
Grobthar, please don't kill me if you hear me right now. You would have
He's-
done the same thing had I a tongue.
Had I a tongue.
Now we would just try unplugging you and plugging you back in.
We just turn him into a robot. Then I'm
Guys,
sure-
maybe he is dead. We should go take him to Revert. I'll get him a robot suit, and then we'll be all set to go.
You know how pissed he'd be if he woke up as a robot.
Be hilarious, right?
So hey, good news, you're not a
We should
vampire.
definitely do it now.
Uh,
Alright, so with this issue being put in front of you for the day, what are you going to do?
I guess.
I think we should wait for him.
I mean, Abe's the one that got
maybe
him
we
put
should just wait
under.
a few
If he
days.
thinks we should wait, I'm down.
Yeah, I'm fine with that too. In the meantime, we should go eat. I'm getting hungry.
And we could go talk to the locals and hype up chess.
You know
That's
what?
an excellent
Make some
idea.
coin
That's a
while we're here.
wonderful
I mean,
addition.
I'm gonna stay here and read, and I'll keep Grobthar company.
Okay,
I'll
we're
stay
gonna
too, just in case he wakes up. I'm not
We're
good
gonna-
at
Probably
talking
gonna
about
kill me.
things.
meetup place. In here?
Here.
Okay.
Got it. Sounds good.
Okay.
Alright, no. Here. Okay.
you're in Cropthar's room.
Here in Grabthar's garage.
So we
Knowledge.
are going to hype up chess. That is the plan. Okay. Do we want to game plan that better, or you think we can just go for it?
I kind of like the impromptu of it all. But
Yeah, it
You
really
know
worked out well last time.
Yeah,
Let's do like a street show about it.
it worked out. That exact thing worked out really well last time.
It did.
Oh man, we can't get another one made though, so we gotta sell them on the concept, and then take the chessboard back.
Well, let's do a focus group. Exactly what we need.
We need to make
Or
some
maybe-
flyers, put them up around the city.
Or do we need to find a dude? We should. Whatever. Revert's old hat.
Maybe vampires love chess. Maybe they'll all come out in droves for this.
We side on their on the. We sided with them just so they buy chess. Maybe we could sell a Tinker or something like on the idea and have him be like the fucking creme quay branch of chess. Start up his own little club and just
And-
have him buy the rights.
And it gives
To
us a
make
portion of the profits.
Have him buy the rights from us to make it.
I see absolutely no flaws in this plan.
No flaws at all.
I mean, Abe here is pretty persuasive.
True.
Maybe we can do some local crime fighting too. You know, really get our notoriety up in a good way.
Yeah, for once, get some fame in the town. And
Did you wait?
Are you
Shed.
guys saying we should do a side quest?
Yeah, fuck it.
I
for
think
the
we should
day.
do a side quest.
Yeah, 1 day side quest.
Yeah, your side quests usually only take 1 day, right?
Totally.
You did get a note from Mr. G. Maybe he had something he wanted. Maybe he had something on his mind.
I mean, yeah, I guess we could contact him and see if we can find information. I guess what do you guys want to find information on? Like,
Same old, same old, same old. I guess.
you want me to try to set up a meeting?
Well, it just seems like he had something to talk about, and if it is not that he wants you to be his slave, then I'm all ears.
Okay. Well, I mean, I need to talk to a figure of power and let them know that I am used to work for him, so someone can try to get me in contact. Seems Gordon might know who somebody like that.
I mean, I've never
But-
heard of this guy before in my life. Before.
Do you know anybody that's like a messenger of sorts, or anybody that has quite an extensive social network?
I mean, we
One
just
guy's
talked to
name?
him yesterday.
Well, yeah, but like other than him,
6089 or whatever that guy's name was.
8008.
Yeah, 80085. I didn't write it down. I think Dane's the only one that's get it written down.
Which one, the guard?
The robot guy that I haven't asked for his name.
There was a lot. Where did you ask for his name?
It was recently today,
Was it
and his
Bebs?
name was Numbers.
Oh, 6385, the guard, yeah.
Maybe he could pass the message along.
Yeah, sure. If
Or
we
if it's-
ask any one of the robot guards here.
Don't they have some sort of neural network, whatever that means?
Probably something like that. They have some way of communicating. Much more efficiently than we could. Yeah, you guys
feel
just
like-
flag down a robot guard, tell him you need to talk to Mr. God or whatever.
Like, if he explicitly said, hey, yo, let's talk, it'd probably be a bad idea to just be like, fuck you, old man.
but that's not what he said. He didn't explicitly say let's talk. He just said if you need me, you know how to find me now.
Then I
Just call me,
Have
beat me if you want to
misunder-
reach me.
I've misunderstood his whole situation then.
I mean, you can read the message in the notes chat.
I was just reading between the lines. I thought, hey,
It
if-
didn't have any sense of urgency to it.
Or is that what he wanted us to think?
I don't know. He wasn't that sneaky of a guy.
I just
Kinda
thought it
did
was.
Is that what
no,
he
no.
wanted you to think, that he wasn't sneaky? Maybe he's actually super sneaky.
I guess you're right. You never really know someone until you find out they're sneaking and causing trouble.
He could be sneaking on this conversation right now.
I just thought it might be one of those, hey, if you need me, why don't you come over situations where like they want you to come over, but like they're not gonna explicitly go and say it, you know? They're like,
Yeah, I
"If
mean,
you
you're pretty much his
me, come
butler. Don't you know where, or like what his building or where it's located is?
I have no idea. I was put into a cart in like the main courtyard and just shuffled away with little ability to see much of my surroundings. At least not enough to remember where everything is.
He was an important guy, rich guy.
I mean, he had a mansion. He was like, what was he? He represented prisoners in the mines and stuff.
Well, if I could
In
hazard to
Cordova.
guess, say probably northwestern side of the town.
I'm sure somebody in town has heard of him and can point us in the right direction.
All right. Well, you guys help me find someone to ask.
But I'm just saying, if we got nothing else better to do, that might be a good idea.
Okay.
So we're not just running around aimlessly.
Yes, our side quest is to just look around.
Okay. Well, is there a robot nearby?
Yeah, there's a robot just outside your quarters.
There's one in the same room as us.
Shut the fuck up. All right. Well, I'll go outside and talk to a robot.
Sounds good. He's standing there and just patiently waiting.
Hey, Mr. Robot Guy. I'm a
Hello.
worker of a guy named Mr. Groot. You know him?
He thinks for a little bit. Kind of like stands there for an uncomfortably long time before responding, saying, I do not know of a Mr. Groot.
You gotta stay
Okay.
there.
What'd you say?
Nah, I'm not there. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Well, all right. Thanks for your help. Thanks for nothing.
Roll me. This is the same robot that delivered you the basket with the note in it, and the same one that's been arranging your meals that you've had in this
Oh,
place.
I thought there were a lot more robots that they wouldn't do multiple jobs.
I mean, this one seems to be tasked to you specifically.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll hand him one of the letters I have and show him the signature, and I'll be like, "This guy? You sure you don't know this guy?"
He looks at it and he goes. He thinks for a moment and goes, I have not seen this before.
All right. Okay. I'll just walk away. Clearly, this guy's
Shit,
been like reset or whatever.
your guy is a drug lord. I've never seen that guy in my life.
Well, the note that Groot gave me did say if I need to contact him from outside the walls. So I would need to leave the area, maybe?
Just go outside the
outside the
walls and then
gate.
get someone's attention.
Unless-
Hey, where can I
um,
find him?
Unless he meant outside the gate of his own mansion, which is, I guess, probably the case. But this is bad advice if it's not working.
Well,
He said
if
you
it's
may mention you were my worker, but to who? I don't fucking know.
I'll
if
figure it
that
out.
if that robot's like specifically like following you around, maybe he's like Mr. G's robot and he's like playing dumb.
Okay. Well, I'm not the interrogative type. So, how do I approach this? Any advice?
Pulls out the dagger he has.
I'm actually too
I
happy go
stabbed the robot.
lucky. I'm too happy go lucky to help you with that. I got no clue. I don't know. Wait, so you're telling me that that robot guy is him specifically, not like us as a whole? Ben?
What?
That robot guy that gave him the note, it was like following Shen specifically, not like our group as a whole.
No, he's been assigned to your group as a whole as a task. Like, he's the
Okay.
guy who's been like setting up your breakfast. He's been like leading you around, carting you around places.
Then my whole theory is falling apart. Maybe we just have
Well,
to
that's
find
unfortunate.
like someone else who can point us in the right direction, I guess. Maybe the robot doesn't. I thought he was connected to Mr. G there.
Hey Tam, roll me a wisdom. Just raw wisdom.
Well, I rolled a 4, so plus like whatever. I think that's +1. So 5.
Okay. Yeah, you don't remember anything. Hey Shen, roll me a wisdom check. Raw.
Wisdom. Ooh. Oh, hold on. I dropped the die out of the box.
Oh no.
So 17 was a non-nat 20.
Yeah, from what you remember, the community that he was in was like gated in and apart from like the rest of society. Like they had physical gates to their community that you were carted through on your way in and out.
Mm. Yeah, I do remember it was very heavily like protected, so it's like nothing we could break into. We would have to be invited there.
Hmm.
Oh man, I mean, are you guys familiar with any part of town like that? Like a gated community? The
Yeah,
Bellhaven of Grimquay?
we saw it when we were up on the tower, man. The northwestern side.
Northwestern? Alright, well, why don't we head down that way?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right.
Is this robot the same one who took you from Mr. G's house to here? Like, wouldn't they remember better?
It is not the same one.
It was like a group of robots that took me there too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, is that what your plan is for today then?
Split the party.
Seems like it.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sure nothing bad is going to happen to Dane or Grouther while we're gone.
Nothing at all, of course. So, you guys get in the cart and you're carted over to the gated communities gate as he lets you out and tells you that he'll wait there just around the corner waiting for you guys to return.
Is there like a security guard at the gate or something?
Yep, there's one to the left and one to the right, both robotic constructs.
Alright. Well, hello, Mr. Security Guard robots. I
Why,
am
hello.
a worker of Mr. Groot. Could you direct my crew and I to his home?
Do you have any sort of proof of this?
I mean, you could ask him. You could ask him about his housemaid Shen.
Do you have any sort of physical proof of this?
Hmm. I'll pull. Actually, wait. Who has it? Is the person that has the fucking cloth with us?
Gordon, did you come along?
Yes.
Okay.
Gordon, could you pull out your cloth and ask him if that would suffice?
I'm going to whip it out for him.
He looks at it and goes, "That is not any sort of writing by Mr. Garuthi."
Are you
It is
sure?
an
I think I can see
artifact
something
from
in
his
there.
patient.
He's looking for your note, dude.
Oh, well, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I'll just show him one of the fucking notes. There we go. Sorry, I'm stupid.
How do I know that was written by him?
All right. It is signed by him, so he takes a look and goes, "All right, just this way." And he walks you guys down very nice, like up-kept part of town with buildings that are somewhere ranging from just borderline mansion, just straight out mansions. On either side of the street, there seems to be like robotic constructs for pets that are running around in the streets, some gnomish children. Um, there seems to be shrubbery and greenery, even. Somehow they managed to grow that on the sides of the houses to make it look and to procure some sort of lawn of some sort. As you're walked down for a good 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes down the street, and then on the left, Chen approaches a well familiar household.
Ah, here we are.
As the
Alright.
guard waits patiently in the street for you guys.
So before we go in here, it's probably a good idea to do the ritual of what we're gonna ask him. Or maybe he just has information. But we can ask him. You said he has that symbol thing. You know that makes.
Well, he has like artifacts that are belonging to his clients that must be kept safe. And so he keeps them in his guarded mansion. And
Maybe
like
we-
one of the artifacts is like those blood gems, which are always accompanied by a cloth with like that similar cloth. Honestly, I don't know if he told me that I couldn't tell anybody any of this. So if he gets mad, my bad. Or you could
Yeah.
just play stupid, play it safe until you know. Up
Well,
to
I
you.
mean, we have one of those cloths, so we could ask him about it. And
Maybe he'll show you guys his museum.
yeah, we could also ask about.
Actually, why don't we do that? Why don't I just introduce you guys as friends who who want to learn more about the history of Grimgway and ask for a tour of the museum, and then while we're doing that, we'll make small talk and basically do an impromptu interrogation of just trying to get information out of them.
That sounds like a good idea.
All right, well, I guess I'll walk up to the door, give her a few big old knocks.
Yep. That's literally where I was gonna end it, but he just straight left. So, yeah. You give a few knocks on the door as you hear somebody coming, rushing to open it.
Can we imagine this like Scary Movie 3 where the door knockers are like a huge nutsack? Because I
Sure.
just I
No
just
one's
want to
stopping
imagine
you.
Groot would be that kind of guy.
These are all
It'd be
children.
it'd be a fancy door, maybe not a nutsack, but maybe like a lion with a like ring or something.
Yeah, it'd be a scrotum, please.
He
He's
just
rich
comes out
enough for a
crowning.
couple-
Oh man, fuck! I stuck him some gum.
Anyways, yeah, we'll end it there for the session. So,
All right.
any
Okay, lovely.
clarification or theory crafting you want to do after the fact?
Yeah, I just want to say I love